Breaking right now, donut shop shooting. Someone opens fire inside the shop in Orange County. Find out how this happened and who police are looking for right now.
Happening right now, history in Alabama. Democrat Doug Jones pulls off the upset Senate win over Republican Roy Moore. Jones thanks his supporters while Moore issues a defiant message. The political earthquake now shaking up Washington.
And hold the butter. Your popcorn is about to get cheesy at one movie theater.
Today in LA at 4 starts now.
That sounds amazing. If I was already licking my fingers from the salty popcorn, now with the Cheetos on it, makes it even better.
Friday, movie night maybe, perhaps. All right, good morning, everybody. Wednesday, December 13th. I'm Whit Johnson.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Daniela Guzman. We'll get to all those stories in a moment. Let's start off, though. Check your forecast with meteorologist Shauna Mendiola as we continue to see throughout today the red flag warning.
Red flag warning, fire threats. It's been, again, almost 2 weeks of this, and it's all because it's dry outside. We have got the wind still in play, and we're not going to be saying bye to it anytime soon. Right now, Santa Monica, it's nice and cool, and it's all because the dry air outside is allowing those temperatures to drop. So again, stepping outside the door right now, you're going to want that jacket. Red flag warnings, red fire watches, fire weather watches for that instance will be in effect for the Inland Empire in Orange County from now through Friday. So we've extended these warnings and watches, and it's all because the wind is not going away just yet. We'll show you where it is, how long it'll last, and how strong we'll see them today, because that will impact, again, firefighting conditions outside the door. We'll send it over to Alicia Del Valle right now, the check of traffic. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Shauna. Good morning, everybody. We've got early today in LA drive times for you. You're looking at the 210, the 10 and the 60, all of them westbound between the 15 and the 57, and these are all traffic alert free. We do have Caltrans crews on several of our freeways. I'll have more with my next report.
All right, Alicia, thank you. We begin right now with some breaking news this morning in Buena Park, and that is where there has been a shooting at a donut shop. NBC4's Tony Guignard live in Buena Park with what happened. Tony.
Good morning, Whit. Still trying to figure that out. That's why I turned around. But go ahead and take a look. You see the patrol car here. We're waiting to get more details from Buena Park Police. They're just beginning to wrap up their investigation here on scene of the shooting at this donut shop on Beach Boulevard, Modu Donuts. Based on the information we have right now, someone called 911 around 1 o'clock this morning to report some type of assault. When police got here, they found one man shot and wounded. He was rushed to the hospital. He was conscious and breathing. At last report, the victim is actually being interviewed by police. They're hoping to get information from him about what this was, whether it was indeed a armed robbery attempt or not. One of the employees here at the store indicated with what he had to say that it was some sort of robbery attempt. Police still not confirming that now. We believe the person who was shot and wounded was an employee. Coming back live right now, one of the things they're looking for, obviously, a security camera video, anything that can give them some sort of lead. As soon as we get some updated information, we will certainly pass it on to you. I'm Tony Guignard, reporting live from Buena Park for Today in LA.
All right, Tony, thank you. 4:03 right now in Santa Barbara County. Firefighters worked overnight to keep the Thomas fire in the foothills of Montecito away from homes there. 18,000 homes still threatened this morning. The Thomas fire has burned 236,000 acres. It's 25% contained, and the air quality is so bad in Santa Barbara, people along the city's famed State Street are wearing masks.
It's been a difficult time. It's been a difficult time for everybody all around. A lot of people left town. Schools are closed. Mornings are no traffic, you know. Even right now, this is Christmas season, you know. You can just tell. It's a lot different.
And check out these embers here, whipped up by the winds. A fire crew from Santa Clara posted this video on Twitter showing the challenging conditions firefighters are facing.
And we found out the firefighters confirmed the Skirball fire off the 405 started at a homeless camp just a week ago. An illegal cooking fire sparked it. The NBC4 I-Team first reported it last week. But the Skirball fire destroyed 6 homes, damaged about a dozen more. So far, no one has been arrested. And the Rye fire in West Valencia is now out. It started last week. It burned more than 6,000 acres and destroyed 6 buildings. It took more than 600 firefighters, but it was finally finally declared 100% contained yesterday. And California fire officials are now looking into Southern California Edison's utility equipment as a possible case of some of our recent fires. Now, this comes after the utility company previously said there was, quote, no indication that the company's facilities were a source of the fires. As a precaution last week, though, the company temporarily shut off power to parts of Riverside County. It will likely take months for fire officials to determine the cause of the fires.
Daniela, developing now a nail-biting finish to a race that drew national attention. For the first time in 25 years, Alabama has elected a Democrat to the Senate. And here's a look at just how close that race was. With 99% of ballots counted, Doug Jones edged out Republican Roy Moore 50% to 48%. That's a margin of just under 21,000 votes.
The people of Alabama had more in common than to divide us.
Now, Jones thanked supporters last night in Montgomery. The Democrat faced an uphill battle running in a deeply red state that voted overwhelmingly for President Donald Trump. But that race shot into the national spotlight when his opponent, Roy Moore, was hit with multiple claims of sexual misconduct. And yesterday, a huge turnout, especially from black voters, pushed Jones over the top.
We have been at crossroads in the past. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you took the right road.
I realize when the vote is this close that it's not over.
And this morning, Moore is still refusing to quit, holding out for a recount. But President Trump, who endorsed Moore, congratulated Jones on Twitter, saying, quote, the people of Alabama are great, and the Republicans will have another shot at this seat in a very short period of time.
In the meantime, 4:06 right now, despite hopes for a later start to the school year, classes in LAUSD will start in mid-August. Yesterday, board members voted to keep the current school calendar for the next 3 years. And most parents, though, who were surveyed wanted school to begin after Labor Day, but board members decided to begin the school year on August 14th. The school calendar will also include a week off for Thanksgiving, 3-week winter break, and a week-long spring break.
Well, a new bride won't ever forget her honeymoon swim. A shark bit her during her vacation. Take a look. Sarah Illig here was snorkeling at a Caribbean resort when a nurse shark took a bite out of her arm. You can see it happen in the video here. She was able to swim away. Experts say nurse sharks are not typically aggressive to humans, but can you imagine here? And look, like, you know, the husband there nearby
filming it,
getting the video and then jumping in to help her out. But incredible.
Nurse shark, no nurse shark. If it's a shark, then you don't want to be in it.
Yes, I see shark.
Oh my
I'm out of there.
Get out of there. They don't know what you are. So the way that they detect what you are or not is to take a bite and
just nibble a little bit.
Exactly.
Nibble a little bit. Yeah, they don't really like humans, but you got to be careful. All right, everybody, let's get out the door. Your wind outside, we did mention, that's not going away, and that's what's impacting your weather for today, tomorrow, all the way through Friday. Again, the second week of these offshore winds really impacting our weather, drying it out, and also raising temperatures, and you're going to feel it get even warmer today. Offshore wind here, very light. We're not talking about anything gusty at this time, just in the Newhall Pass, where, again, the strongest winds are just 10 miles per hour, so that's a light wind this morning here at 4 o'clock. By the time we hit around the lunchtime hour, we're expecting the same thing that happened yesterday. The wind gets a little stronger, and then it takes a break in the afternoon and then goes down until the next morning. Now, Thursday, we are looking at the winds to pick up even more than what we're seeing today. But until that happens, winds, again, are warming us up here, drying the air out. And some of you will be seeing those single-digit humidities. So, again, I feel it on my skin for sure. And, again, in my throat, it's drying me out a little bit. So just drink a lot of water if you can. We've got temperatures warming up because of it, but starting off very cold. So again, a lot of 40s and 50s outside, but then gaining 50 to maybe 40 degrees for some of you by the afternoon with those 80s. Again, well above average for this time of year. Average temperatures in the Inland Empire, high 60s. And look where we're going to be today. Low 80s, Ontario, San Bernardino, Riverside. Don't forget it's December. It's going to be 84 in LA, 82 in Van Nuys, 75 in Valencia, other side of the hill. Victorville with Lancaster also in the high 60s to low 70s. All right, we'll have a look at that 7-day forecast for you coming right up. We'll send it over to Alicia Del Valle right now. She's watching those roads for you. Alicia.
Yes, we are. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you for the heads up about those winds. Still can be problematic if you're driving a high-profile vehicle. Now, let's take a wide shot of Los Angeles County. You are technically SIG alert free. We've got a lot of Caltrans crews on several of our freeways wrapping up projects from overnight. And this just reported into Orange County. If you travel down the 55 southbound at Baker, there's some debris reported in lanes. Sounds like a bunch of large pallets. So the CHP is on the way to check that out. But the rest of your drive through the OC, very quiet. If that changes, we have you covered. Let's go outside and check out a Caltrans camera. Now, we've got them all over Southern California. Here on the 91 in and around the Wilmington exit, it looks great in both east and west directions. It stays that way from North Compton all the way over to Corona because it's only 4:09 a.m. All right, back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Alicia, we'll talk soon. 4:10 this morning now. Coming up, we're just getting in video of a large house fire in San Bernardino. What we know about how it started next.
Also, a 7-week-old is fighting for his life after a crash involving a sheriff's deputy, and now his family demands to know how this happened.
Plus, the big plans for Randy's Donuts. They won't just be in Inglewood anymore. We'll explain. You're watching Today in LA. Welcome back. It's 4:13 this morning. Police are trying to figure out who killed a man and then left his body at an abandoned construction site. Police say the man was discovered around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon in Garden Grove. Right now, police don't have a lot of information to go on, so they're asking for possible witnesses to come forward. Investigators are also searching for any surveillance video in the area. The man accused of trying to target New York City commuters with a pipe bomb faces a judge today. Investigators say Akayed Ullah strapped the bomb to his body. You can see it explode in this surveillance video. He allegedly told investigators he wanted to kill as many people as possible. His plan failed, and he ended up seriously injuring himself. 3 innocent people, though, suffered minor injuries. The 27-year-old will be arraigned today from his hospital bed.
Well, a brand new molestation investigation for Oscar-nominated director Roman Polanski. The LAPD is now looking into allegations that the filmmaker inappropriately touched a 10-year-old girl during a photo shoot back in the mid-70s. Criminal charges cannot be brought because it happened so long ago, but detectives are now hoping to use evidence collected to prosecute other cases. Polanski has been a fugitive since fleeing to France in 1978 while awaiting sentencing for sexually assaulting a teenager. A 7-week-old baby is fighting for his life this morning after getting seriously injured in a car crash involved in a police SUV. This happened last week at the corner of North State and Cottonwood in San Jacinto. The Riverside Sheriff's vehicle crashed into the family's car. Police did not say where the deputy was going or if the lights and the sirens were on. The child's parents told us that if the lights and siren were on, they did not hear them.
Don't know anything, we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. If they're going to say that, that it was their fault, we don't know anything yet.
So their son will have more x-rays next week, and his parents tell us that he may have to have brain surgery now.
An iconic LA area donut shop is expanding in a big way. Inglewood's own Randy's Donuts confirmed yesterday the standalone shop will open up at Apollo Landing, a new El Segundo development. Reps for Randy's Donuts also revealed it's hoping to open other locations across the country as close as Nevada and as far away as the East Coast. Recently, Randy's Donuts opened up inside a remodeled Westfield Century City.
Well, the hype for the latest Star Wars movie is building in a really big way. This was a scene. Take a look just outside the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood. Dozens of diehard fans were willing to camp out to be the first to catch Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. So the first show, for the first time, the movie will be on Thursday at 6 p.m. and fans cannot wait.
About 200 of us, and not everybody can stay the whole time. I'm staying because I love it. I will not leave. I don't want to miss a second.
Wow. Well, the original Star Wars film opened at TCL Chinese Theater in 1977 and played for more than 52 weeks.
Amazing. And the new Star Wars movie got the royal treatment for its London premiere. BB-8, the popular droid from Star Wars The Last Jedi, was on hand to give Prince William and Prince Harry a royal bow. The pair seemed amused by the remote-controlled stunt there. The premiere took place last night at London's Royal Albert Hall. It was hosted by the princes for the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge.
Maybe they can knight him.
Yeah, seriously. Pretty cool.
So we don't get a chance to see them in the movie because they're dressed up as stormtroopers.
I heard something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're like in the movie. They're apparently they're stormtroopers, but you don't see them. You don't know it's them. I remember this like way back.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to.
They're big fans
for them. I wonder if there's a signal. It's them. All right, everybody, 416. It is going to be a nice day overall. I think it's a lot warmer than average, as you can tell. It's also chilly in the morning. So again, as you step outside the door here at 417, put the jacket on. It's in the 40s and 50s in the Inland Empire right now. Orange County at about 45, high 40s for you in Santa Ana. So you're feeling it. It's dry, it's chilly, but afternoons have been very warm and warmer than average. Lancaster at 25. So again, very cold across the board. All right, San Bernardino, give you an idea. 67 is your average. Today you're going to be at 82. So again, we're warming things up with those Santa Ana winds continuing. It's almost the second week in a row that we've seen these winds continue, and we'll continue to see again some wind through Friday. That's why those temperatures will stay in the 80s. We'll get a shift in the wind, and wind will subside a little bit, and that's why we'll cool down Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But all around the board, we are not looking at any rain here in your futurecast, and I'll show you what we've got in terms of wind. Okay, offshore wind pushing any clouds out of the way, so skies continue to stay sunny today. Light wind for Wednesday. That is good news. But check out Thursday. We are concerned about tomorrow because they pick up, again, those canyons and pass locations anywhere between 30 and 40 miles per hour. High gusts to 60, and that's why we have a red flag warning in place through Friday now. And fire weather watches for Orange County and the Inland Empire through the end of the week. By the time we hit Saturday, all those winds start to lighten up, and that's why temperatures will start to come down. Still a well above average for everybody, and you'll see that again what we need is rain, and it's not here for the next 7 days, unfortunately. Inland Empire 82 today and tomorrow, 80s for you on Friday, and then we'll cool it down Saturday and Sunday and hold on to the 70s on Monday and Tuesday of next week. For the valleys, also a warm day ahead with 80s through Friday, and then 70s will last through Tuesday. Even at the beaches, we'll have some 80s today. So it's been a warm past couple weeks here in Southern California. Los Angeles, Orange County, again, looking at lighter winds today. Tomorrow, the wind picks up. and then we'll start to see it lighten up again for the weekend, and temperatures will come down with that, but still stay above average. We'll be following again these conditions for you and give you another update throughout the morning. I'll send it over to Alicia Del Valle with a check of traffic. Good morning.
Shanna, good morning. And good morning, everybody. It's still very quiet in terms of SIG alerts, and we will take it. No SIG alerts through Los Angeles County. We're going to take you to the IE. We're watching out on those passes for any kind of wind-related problems. So far, so good through the Cajon Pass. Some debris reported on the 91 eastbound to the 71, but check out your drive on the 91 westbound. As you leave Riverside and make your way through Corona, it's still wide open. Do watch out for Caltrans crews. We do have several crews on multiple freeways wrapping up their projects from overnight. On the 55 southbound side, I mentioned that there was some debris in lanes. It sounds like a big old bumper. The CHP closed all lanes briefly, so we're not calling this an alert, just a heads up if you're about to hit that portion of the 55. I'm going to leave you with a look at a Caltrans camera on the 210 in and around Santa Anita Avenue. It looks great in both directions. Back to you, Daniela.
Alicia, thank you. It's time for this morning's Hollywood Buzz. Right now, we are less than a month away from the 75th Golden Globe Awards. And tonight, NBC is celebrating the 75th anniversary with a 2-hour special highlighting some of the greatest award show moments. And one of those moments include when Christine Lahti won Best Actress in a TV drama back in 1998 while she was in the bathroom. Will and Grace's Deborah Messing and Eric McCormick, by the way, will host the special at 9 o'clock tonight on NBC4. It's a big day for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He is getting a star this morning on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The Rock will get his star at 11:30 this morning. The Voice is finally down to its final four, but unfortunately, LA native and Team Blake's Keisha Renee was eliminated last night. The final four contestants are Chloe Kohansky, Addison Agan, Brooke Simpson, and Red Marlowe. You can catch the final right here on NBC4 next Monday and Tuesday night at 8 o'clock.
Oh, competitive.
Oh, I know. And they're all so talented. It's
Definitely
hard to pick. Well, we want to thank everybody who sent in their wishes for the NBC4 wishing tree.
It's been so amazing. We received so many wishes that we added some special stocking stuffers as well. NBC4's Adrian Arambulo has today's big winner.
Hi everyone, I'm Adrian Arambulo, and we're getting so many great wishes to the NBC4 wishing tree, and we have a special stocking stuffer. Lauren sent in a wish for her dad, Jules, in Mission Viejo. She says he's a senior citizen who just lost his job of 35 years and could use some help. So we're getting Jules a $100 gift card to buy some groceries from the wishing tree. We hope you all have a great holiday season.
Adrian, thank you. By the way, you can also see who will get their wishes granted today from NBC4's Fritz Coleman. He's going to be at the Plaza West Covina Mall from 4 o'clock until 6:30 tonight, so you can go and say hi to Fritz. All right, up next, a hilarious way the state of California is getting businesses prepared for recreational marijuana.
And danger from the sky. A bizarre object slams into this home in the Inland Empire. Find out where people believe it came from next.
And if you have to get out the door early, you can take us along with you. We're on Talk Radio 790 AM every weekday from 4 to 5 a.m.
We're back at 424 this morning. New today, a massive house fire in San Bernardino. This fire started in a trailer parked outside this home on Garner Avenue. It quickly spread to a car and then a detached garage before reaching the two-story house. Firefighters were able to put out the fire before it threatened neighboring homes. They're now trying to figure out how the fire started.
Well, for the second time in 5 weeks, ice from a plane apparently smashed into a home in the Inland Empire. This time it happened to a home in San Bernardino on Sunday. So the ice, along with part of the roof and ceiling, ended up in an empty bedroom. Claudel Curry called police, and he says that at first officers did not believe him.
The dispatcher told them, well, go out there and check, because I think someone out there have kind of lost their mind. They're saying something had fallen from the sky into the house. Something needs to be done. Second time in a month that this happened.
So the same thing happened last month in Chino. The FAA says that it is probably ice that formed on a plane and fell off as it descended into warmer air.
Amazing. So dangerous that could be, too.
They're so lucky that bedroom was empty.
Absolutely, definitely. All right, 426 this morning. Coming up, new details on that violent crash on the 405 we told you about yesterday.
To find out how that LAPD officer is doing after being hit on the highway.
Good morning. I'm Tony Ginyard, live in Buena Park, where an employee at a popular donut shop was wounded in an early morning shooting. Police aren't saying much, but customers are reacting. Hear what they had to say up next.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, and offshore winds will still be in our forecast today, drying us out, heating us up, and increasing that fire threat yet again. We'll have a look at those winds coming right up after the break. 426, you're watching Today in LA.
Breaking news overnight, shooting at a donut shop. The robbery ends with somebody being shot. We're in Orange County right now to find out what sparked this incident.
And a bad Santa in the neighborhood. A crook is going after homes in the valley and ruining Christmas in the process.
Also living the high life, the celebrity face who is now helping California get ready for recreational marijuana.
Today in LA at 4:30 starts now.
Good morning, everyone, on this Wednesday, December 13th. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Whit Johnson. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's get a check of the forecast with meteorologist Shauna Mendiola. And we got a chilly start to the day, but warming up later.
And it's all, you know what, we warm up so fast in the afternoons just because it's so dry. Everyone wonders why there's such a big jump in temperatures. Because you get the sunshine, you get a little bit of the offshore wind, and you also have that dry air in place, and that air is just allowed to jump and then reach those peaks. So we are getting, again, above average temperatures by the afternoon, but we're starting off chilly. Jacket weather for you in Lancaster, about 25. It feels like winter there. And it feels chilly for us here west of the mountains as well. Pasadena, 47 this morning, 47 for you in San Bernardino, 45 in Anaheim, 50s along the coastline. Today's highs will be in the 80s. We're going to talk about those coming right up. I'll send it over to Alicia Del Valle with a check of traffic this morning. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Shauna. Good morning, everybody. It's been pretty quiet through Los Angeles County, but we are hearing about a crash on the 134. This is just as you make your way towards the 2 on the westbound side of the 134 towards the Chevy Chase Drive. Now, we're not calling it an alert. The CHP is on scene. We will update you as details come in. Back to you guys.
All right, Alicia, thanks. Let's get back to that breaking news out of Buena Park. Scary moments overnight when a person entered a donut shop and then started shooting. NBC4's Tony Ginyard is live in Buena Park with how one of the victims is doing this morning. Tony.
Good morning, Whit. As far as we know, there were at least 2 people inside of the donut shop at the time of the shooting, the victim and another employee. But go ahead and take a look. Believe it or not, the Modu donut shop is back open for business. Minutes after police took down the yellow crime scene tape, customers, most of them regulars, started arriving. They had no idea there had been a shooting here at Modu Donuts just hours ago. It happened, as I mentioned, around 1 o'clock this morning. Someone called 911 reporting an assault. Once officers arrived, they quickly determined someone had been shot. One of the employees confirmed to me it was one of her co-workers. She wasn't willing to go on camera, but a customer who arrived just as police were leaving shared her reaction to the shooting.
I'm shocked. You know, there are some homeless people that come around here, and I know the police have come out on a couple of occasions and asked them to leave. I've never seen anything violent or anybody that's, you know, looks shady. It's a sad state of affairs when you have to do this to a donut shop, a small local business.
On the surface, this appears to have been an armed robbery or armed robbery attempt, but at this point, Buena Park police are not confirming exactly what led to the shooting, but they do say the person who was injured was conscious and breathing when taken to the hospital. Coming back live, the employee I spoke with declined to comment on camera. She was busy hustling, trying to get things back and running. This is normally a 24-hour donut shop, and as I mentioned, customers are already arriving, everyone expressing concern about the wounded employee. We'll have more on that in my next report. I'm Tony Ginyard, reporting live from Buena Park for Today in LA.
Tony, thank you. It's 4:33 right now. Well, an LAPD officer is still in the hospital with major injuries from an accident on the 405 freeway. We were on the scene yesterday during Today in LA as this was breaking news. Police say that a suspected drunk driver plowed into the officer's car while the officer was working a traffic stop. Now, that driver was booked for DUI. We are working to find out how the officer is doing this morning.
A serial burglar at work is caught on camera in the South Bay, and police say he's hit 8 times in just one neighborhood. Detectives believe it's the work of this man here, seen on video. It happened during one of at least 8 burglaries since late October, all in the same San Pedro neighborhood. Investigators say he checks in to see if anyone's home and then crawls in through a window. Police say he's only after one thing.
Things like jewelry. He didn't take money. There was money on the plain sight.
Detectives say that he's gotten away with at least several $1,000s in jewelry.
A big honor this morning for a television icon. Mr. Rogers will soon have his own postal stamp. The U.S. Postal revealed its 2018 stamps yesterday, and Fred Rogers made the cut. He was known as a beloved television neighbor to countless children. His PBS TV series, Mr. Rogers, both inspired and educated young children across the country. Fred Rogers passed away back in 2003.
So many memories.
Yeah, he deserves that.
Love that show.
Absolutely.
And he wore the Christmas sweater almost every day.
That's right.
You got to give him some love for that, too.
It's a great morning to wear Christmas sweaters.
Yes,
it's
I think
chilly.
so.
Yeah, that's right. He's the reason why I knew how to zip up my sweater every morning.
There you go.
Gonna need one of those today, I think. It's just one of those cold days outside here in Southern California. But again, the difference, well above average temperatures by the afternoon here. And skies are remaining clear because of those offshore winds that just won't go away. And they're causing some trouble out there, again, with fire danger for us here in Southern California. Let's get out to your forecast right now to show you how cool it is. It's 55 in Los Angeles, but it's, again, one of the warmer spots because places like the high desert seeing temperatures in the 20s right now. 80s by lunchtime. Just see how fast it warms up, and it's all because the wind will increase. We've got dry air outside, and with that, we warm up very fast. So low 80s by the time we hit 2 o'clock, which will be your high today. Some spots looking at about 70, and that'll be for you in the high desert. Here's your Wednesday forecast, everybody. It's mostly sunny. Again, some areas of smoke we're going to have to watch out for with air quality, which I'll have details on coming up. But we want to get you out the door to, again, the coastal forecast with 82 degrees and sunny skies today. Nothing but clear skies and, again, warm temperatures here. It's going to be 82 in L.A., and those winds are going to be much lighter today than they will be tomorrow. So we'll talk about that coming up as well. High desert, 70 degrees today. Clear skies. Mountains look for about 56. We'll add some cloud cover in your forecast by the time we hit Friday and the weekend. We're also going to cool these temperatures down. So this is not going to stay. Changes coming right up. We'll go ahead and send it over to Alicia Del Valle right now with a check of traffic this morning, and I'll have your 7-day forecast in a few minutes. Alicia.
Thank you for that, Shauna. Good morning, everybody. We're just getting an alert about a car that slammed into a big rig. We're looking at the 605. It's the southbound side as you leave the 210 close to Live Oak. So a heads up there. And good news with this 55 incident. It sounds like all that debris, including a large bumper, has been pushed to the right shoulder. So no alert here. You can go ahead and take that 55 southbound towards the Baker exit. Let's take you to a Caltrans camera. What does it look like on the 5? Here's what it looks like in and around Atlantic Boulevard, right next to the Citadel. We know how busy it's going to get with shopping, but for now, everything is moving. Back to you guys.
All right, Alicia, thank you. 4:37 this morning. Up next, how one half of the famed Cheech and Chong duo is helping California get ready for recreational marijuana sales.
Also, LAUSD workers protest right in front of the district's headquarters. We'll tell you why they're so angry with the district.
And a war of words breaks out between President Donald Trump and New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. How Gillibrand is responding to the president's controversial tweet.
The search is on for this man right here seen hurling beer cans at a Santa Ana liquor store. Clerk surveillance video shows the robbery suspect starting a tug-of-war over a 12-pack of Coronas. The container breaks apart and the man then starts throwing the beer at the clerk. He eventually ran out of the store and got away in a green SUV.
A comedian who is known for being one of the most famous stoners of all time has teamed up with Secretary of State Alex Padilla to register California pot businesses.
Wait, are you?
Cheech, keep up the great work.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary.
Cheech Marin was featured in a commercial sponsored by Padilla's office designed to spread the word about the website Cannabis File. Ever since California voted to legalize marijuana, Padilla says his office has been bombarded with calls from people wanting to know how to get a cannabis business license. So
good to see him again, at least.
There you go. Yeah, Cheech and Chong, or at least Cheech, back in the public eye.
You picked the right person, I think, or
I think
qualified
so.
person.
Yes, quite recognizable. All right, 4:41 this morning. Coming up, the bad Santa that's ruining Christmas for several families in the San Fernando Valley.
Also, controversy in the Russia investigation. The newly released text between two FBI agents that are raising questions now about their role in the probe.
And a disturbing video from Michigan. Watch as police hold an 11-year-old girl at gunpoint and handcuff her despite the fact that she did nothing wrong. Why police are now calling this a case of mistaken identity.
And it sure doesn't feel like December out there. Temperatures are cool this morning, but we're warming up this afternoon well above average to 80s out the door. We'll have details on your first alert forecast and a red flag warning that continues through Friday.
Okay, let me get to it. 4 stories to watch today on NBC4 and the NBC LA app. Deciding his fate. A jury resumes deciding how to punish Isauro Aguirre. He was convicted of torturing his then-girlfriend's 8-year-old son to death.
Shut down for smoke. More schools in Ventura County are closed today because of smoke from the Thomas fire.
Shining on Hollywood Boulevard, The Rock gets cemented in movie history when he gets a star on the Walk of Fame today at 11:30.
What does this last line mean? They come out today at 7 a.m.? The nominations come out. Okay. Okay. Nominations. Okay. And Hollywood gets ready for another award show. Nominations for the Screen Actors Guild's award. Nominations for the Screen Actors Guild Awards come out today at 7 a.m.
Fox beat all of us yesterday.
Yeah.
But we beat ABC. 0.9.
Oh, that's great.
At a 0.7. And we tied them at 5.
You're not going to jail or anything.
You're listening right now to the screams of an 11-year-old girl as police in Grand Rapids, Michigan, cuffed her at gunpoint and put her in a patrol car. She was taken from her home as part of an attempted murder investigation, and police now say it was a terrible case of mistaken identity. The city's police chief says that the video left him, quotes, nauseous.
Time they're telling her to come down, I'm telling them she's 11 years old. That's my daughter. Don't cuff her.
I was putting my hands through the little bars, banging on the window, screaming, please don't let them take me.
So police were looking for the girl's 40-year-old aunt. They have launched a full internal investigation.
Hundreds of school workers rallied in downtown LA to protest what they call the LAUSD's, quote, disregard for the work they do. Cafeteria workers, bus drivers, custodians, and other school workers that are part of the SEIU Local 99 formed a human chain in front of LAUSD headquarters yesterday. Union organizers claim cutbacks, low wages, and understaffing show that the district doesn't value their contribution to student learning. We reached out to LAUSD, who told us that they have no statement on the rally.
Well, the family of a 27-year-old man who was allegedly smothered to death by Whittier police officers has filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the department. Jonathan Salcido died last May, the same day that he was scheduled to see his psychiatrist to treat a mental illness. When he began acting erratically, his mother called police. They wrestled Jonathan to the ground. She claims officers piled on top of him and smothered her son to death. The family is asking for $15 million in damages. A
night janitor at an Inland Empire Elementary School is arrested and accused of using a cell phone to make recordings in the bathroom. San Bernardino Sheriff's deputies went to Los Amigos Elementary and Rancho Cucamonga last Thursday after the cell phone was found in a bathroom. They arrested 45-year-old Jorge Diaz on suspicion of invasion of privacy.
I was kind of shocked when I heard what was going on. I'm a custodian myself at another school in another city. For something like that to be happening, I mean, it's kind of, it's unfortunately, it's sad.
Investigators say they did not locate any evidence linking Diaz to the recordings.
Well, a Southern California couple is speechless after reading a heartfelt note from a firefighter.
Go to my wallet now. So the note from the firefighter saying, sorry about the door and the ceiling. Had to get in there to save the home.
Lindsay and Michael Girouse's home was damaged in the Lilac Fire in northern San Diego County. Firefighters had to get in through the door to keep the flames from spreading to the rest of the home. So crews decided to leave the couple a note to let them know that firefighters were not, quote, a bunch of Neanderthals.
Time now, 4:48. Forget the butter. Regal Cinemas has unveiled a new popcorn flavor, and it's dangerously cheesy. This Friday, you will be able to order Cheetos flavored popcorn. The concoction will be a mix of Cheetos flavored popcorn and actual crunchy Cheetos. A cheese popcorn snack has been previously available at other venues before, but Regal Cinemas is the first to bring the snack nationwide.
Could you imagine that? How,
you know, like the cheddar popcorn, you know, this is just next level. Cheetos style.
Oh, with the butter and the cheese. Yeah. I'll be licking my fingers in the movie theater.
Fingers will also be red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take a bucket of that.
Not going away. Orange stains.
Yep.
What's that? Cheetos. All right, everybody, 4:48 this morning. We'll get out the door to some weather here. It's still dry. We're still looking at the offshore winds. And again, fire danger continues across Southern California from now through Friday now. We keep seeing the National Weather Service extend this warning and watch just because the fire conditions out there have been significant across the board here west of the mountains and even throughout our mountain locations through Big Bear, Wrightwood, areas north of Santa Clarita, all the way up the Newhall Pass and the Grapevine. Again, still a lot of wind moving through. Today, we won't see the strong wind, but tomorrow is a day of concern. Let's get out the door right now to some wind gusts for you, shall we? We've got, again, Fillmore at 10 miles per hour, 449. Wow. All right. 17 mile per hour winds through the Newhall Pass. That's an occasional wind gust. Again, that burst of wind that moves through every now and then. It's not a sustained wind. So again, this lets out every now and then. Devore, you've got the strongest wind at this time at 31 miles per hour. And we've got, again, those higher peaks looking at those winds, but they're not as strong as last week's winds. Now, what's going to happen today is we'll see the strongest winds from now through around lunchtime. Then they take a break in the afternoon. You can see you can't really see nothing on the map. But then here's Thursday, 10 a.m., same time, a stronger burst of wind on the way. And this is going to increase those fire threats from San Bernardino throughout through Cajon Pass, and then the mountain locations through the Newhall Pass and Ventura County, again through those fire locations, including the Thomas Fire. So we're watching this closely because tomorrow those winds will pick up. Friday to lighten up, and they switch direction, so we are seeing some changes on the map in terms of those temperatures coming down and the wind letting up a little bit as well. Cross your fingers, we're finally going to see some changes here, but the change that we're not going to see is a chance of rain on your 7-day forecast. It is dry, it is mostly sunny, offshore winds pushing any clouds and moisture out of the way, so that's why it's so dry outside and those mornings start out so chilly. So if you're headed out the door now, don't forget the jacket, but by the afternoon, again, you're going to need to dress in layers because it'll be back in the 80s by the time we hit 2 o'clock. All right, I'll send it over to Alicia right now with a check of traffic. Good morning.
Good morning, Shauna. That is the key, dress in layers. Okay, everybody, we're going to take you to the Riverside area. We've got a car that overturned. It's sitting on its roof. It's the 215 northbound right where it merges with the 91 west. So a heads up there. We've got another SIG alert on the 605 southbound. This is at Live Oak Avenue. It's a semi-wreck. It is in lanes, but there are no injuries, so it should be cleared quickly. And just a heads up, if you take that 14 southbound at Crown Valley Road, a car versus a truck in lanes, and look at the backup. It's starting to load up out of the Acton area. Let's take a look at a Caltrans camera. What does the 91 look like near Wilmington? Both east and westbound, the cars are moving at average speeds, and we followed that 91 all the way into Corona. Eastbound, you're good. Westbound, you're starting to get the typical slowing, but there are no accidents. Lanes are open. So good luck.
Alicia, thank you. Well, this morning we have an announcement to make. I hate that I have to say this, but today is WIT's last day. We are going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment, but first, take a look back at our time here together at NBC4. All right, Michelle, thank you. We do have a lot more to bring you live from Dodger Stadium this morning. Hey, Whit. Hey. What? You photobombing me?
Yeah, sure. This is not the samba. I don't know what that is.
What is that? I don't know, but it's getting
That was like a
going.
night at the Roxbury
Don't look at Whit. I know how to samba.
No, I think Daniela's got it down.
I just have to point out what's happening here. Apparently, there's a bird blocking our live picture, so we're not under attack as far as we know.
I'm not going to hurt you, right?
Okay. No, I'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Well, we'll see.
But I make my own that my grandfather taught me. Rest in peace. It's a mayo and ketchup.
Yeah,
it's
everybody, that's called special sauce. Everybody needs mayo and ketchup. You're not breaking news here, Daniela. Ow.
Have you taken Advil and iced those
I have taken some Advil.
He calls it the gold.
I invented mayo and ketchup. We're going to call it Thousand Island. You look great.
I mean,
I was talking to your people, and I wanted to make sure that we had the same thing going on.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, the man in the clown suit was filming a prank for a viral video. My apologies. The heavy breathing as he ran away really got to me. The prankster ran away when the man pulled out a gun and started beating him. He wasn't hurt, didn't file a police report.
That's not funny. Oh my gosh.
We had a few moments, I think.
I remember all those, especially the one where you called me out about the ketchup and the mayo, but
we had to give each other a hard
for us today.
I like the rugby bruises.
It's good rugby bruises.
That's a workout.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's the thing, folks. I mean, this is, you know what? Let's just wait. One more day. Do one more day.
Are you regretting this?
Of course.
It's not too late. You can stay.
Still have time.
This is such a difficult moment. I just have to say, I mean, after 5 years here at NBC4, I've decided to move on and explore other career opportunities. And this was a months-long emotional process, many conversations and people involved, my family, the great managers here at NBC4. And I just want to make something very clear, given the landscape out there right now. There are no bitter feelings here. There was no drama here. This has absolutely nothing to do with anything that is happening out there. This was my decision, my family's decision, and this is good old-fashioned life, career, growth, exploration, and I love it here. And this is one of the best stations in the country. I truly believe that. The hardest working, most committed, dedicated, creative people in this newsroom. And I'm going to miss you guys so much. I mean, this is my family. And our family at home, the NBC4 family at home, the people who welcomed us into their homes. You have so many choices and people, you can watch anybody in the morning. And we have a personal connection with some of the folks who watch us. I've met many of you firsthand. We chat on social media throughout the course of the day. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for welcoming me, welcoming our team into your home. I'm forever grateful. and grateful for my time here. My 5 years here in LA have been truly the happiest years of my life.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah. And we're going to miss you a lot. And we wish you the very best. We know that this is part of the industry that we work in, and we're going to miss you. Yeah. And you promise to call us every single day at this time
better call me.
as you wake up. But we love you, Whit, and we thank you for all the work that you've put into the show. You've made the show better, and we love you. We're proud of you, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Keep making us SF State Gators proud.
That's right. Yeah. There we go. A little Gator representation.
Right. Well, we'll have a little bit more of that throughout
the
morning. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. It's 4:55. A war of words raging this morning on Capitol Hill. It all started with President Donald Trump's tweet about a New York senator. The president fired off this post yesterday saying that Senator Kirsten Gillibrand came to him begging for campaign donations and would do anything for him. Well, that drew a sharp response from critics calling the comments sexist. Gillibrand and a handful of Democrats now say that the president should resign.
It was a sexist smear attempting to silence my voice, and I will not be silenced on this issue.
He's used that same terminology many times in reference to men. There's no way that this is sexist at all.
So Gillibrand is responding this morning on the Today Show. We'll have a preview of that coming up in our next hour.
Well, a bad Santa is ruining Christmas for several families in Studio City. Check out this video the LAPD released yesterday. They believe the man you see here dressed in a Santa outfit broke into 6 houses in just 5 days. Police say he's stolen money, jewelry, safes, and guns. It is unclear how the Santa hat fits into the thief's strategy here, but police think he's between 18 to 25 years old, and they tell us he has a tattoo along his right jawline. All right, just about 5 a.m. Here's what's happening today in L.A.
And happening right now, stopping the flames. Firefighters battle to get the upper hand on the Thomas fire. And we finally learn what caused one of the fires in L.A. County.
And developing now, donut shop shooting. Someone opens fire inside a restaurant in Orange County. Now the search is on for the shooter.
And is Rudolph doing some last-minute Christmas shopping? Yet an unexpected visitor runs into a store and brings some friends as well.
Today in LA at 5 starts now.
I mean, they do call it the doorbuster sales.
May have been Donner. May have been Donner. Didn't have the red nose.
That's true.
So maybe he was hiding it, though. You never know.
Good morning, everyone, on this Wednesday, December 13th. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Whit Johnson. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's get a check of the forecast with meteorologist Shauna Mendiola. We've been dealing with the dry conditions and a chilly start this morning.
Yeah, chilly start for 5 a.m. here. Whit and Daniela, we've got temperatures out the door in the 20s in the high desert. I have been watching those temperatures west of the mountains as well because we're all feeling the chilly air out there. It's dry as well. Humidity down to about single digits for some spots. I'll get to that in a second, but we want to get you out the door and ready at 5 o'clock with temperatures in the 40s in Ontario and Riverside. Santa Ana 49 right now, a little bit warmer at the coast though, with LAX at 60 degrees. Warming up at least 40 to 50 degrees by the time we hit lunchtime, everybody. I'll have those temperatures coming right up for you. Here's Alicia Del Valle with a check of traffic. Alicia.
Shauna, good morning. We've got SIG alerts in LA County as well as the Riverside County area. But taking a look at the 210, the 10 and the 60, all of these westbound between the 15 and the 57. No SIG alerts here. Everybody is driving at average speeds. All right, back to you.
All right, Alicia, thanks. 5:01 this morning, a donut shop employee was shot in Buena Park overnight. And right now, the search is on for the shooter. This happened around 1 this morning at Modu Donuts. At 4:30 on Today in LA, NBC4's Tony Ginyard told us police say the victim is conscious and breathing. Another employee told us off camera the shooting victim also worked at the store. We'll hear from some of the shop's customers when we check back in with Tony coming up at 5:30.
In the meantime, happening right now in Santa Barbara County, firefighters are working to keep the Thomas fire in the foothills to Montecito and away from homes. 18,000 homes are still threatened. And the Thomas fire has burned 236,000 acres already. It's only 25% contained. And the air quality is so bad right now in Santa Barbara that people along the city's famed State Street are now wearing masks.
It's been a difficult time. It's been a difficult time for everybody all around. A lot of people left town. Schools are closed. Mornings are no traffic, you know. Even right now, this is Christmas season, you know. You can just tell. It's a lot different.
And check out these embers right here, whipped by the winds. A fire crew from Santa Clara posted this video on Twitter showing the challenging conditions that firefighters are facing.
And we found out that firefighters confirmed the Skirball fire off the 405 started at a homeless camp a week ago. An illegal cooking fire sparked it. The NBC4 I-Team first reported this link last week. The Skirball fire destroyed 6 homes and damaged about a dozen more. So far, no one has been arrested. Well, California fire officials are now looking into Southern California Edison's utility equipment as a possible cause of some of our recent fires as well. This comes after the utility company previously said there was, quote, no indication that the company's facilities were a source of the fires. As a precaution, last week, the company temporarily shut off power to parts of Riverside County. It will likely take months for fire officials to determine the cause of all the fires.
5:03 right now in developing news. We continue to follow a stunning upset in Alabama after a hotly contested race. Democrat Doug Jones has claimed a crucial Senate seat, beating out Republican Roy Moore. Take a look right here how close it actually was. Democrat Doug Jones, the apparent winner with 50% of the vote to 48%, just under 21,000 votes separating Jones and Moore.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you took the right road.
So Jones thanked voters in Montgomery last night, saying that Alabama has shown that the country how it can be unified. The Democrat was initially called a long shot, running in a deeply red state that voted overwhelmingly for President Donald Trump. But his campaign often overshadowed by his opponent, Roy Moore, who shot into the national spotlight after several women accused him of sexual misconduct. Now, Jones's victory reduces the GOP's Senate majority to a single seat.
This entire race has been about dignity and respect.
Realize when the vote is this close that it's not over.
Moore refused to concede last night, saying that the number of uncounted write-in ballots might trigger a recount. But President Donald Trump, who endorsed Moore, congratulated Jones on Twitter, but also said, quote, "The Republicans will have another shot at this seat in a very short period of time. It never ends." Also this morning, the president is reminding Twitter that Moore was not his first choice for that Senate seat, saying, quote, "The reason I originally endorsed Luther Strange is that I said Roy Moore will not be able to win the general election. I was right. Roy worked hard, but the deck was stacked against him."
Well, this just in, flames breaking out at a parking garage on Century in Westchester. LA County firefighters got the call around 2:30 when they arrived. A vehicle parked on the 5th floor was on fire there. Flames damaged a couple of nearby cars, but the fire was under control in about 30 minutes. No one was hurt, and the cause of that fire is under investigation. A serial burglar at work is caught on camera in the South Bay. Police say he's hit 8 times in just one neighborhood. Detectives believe it's the work of this man seen on video. It happened during one of at least 8 burglaries since late October, all in the same San Pedro neighborhood. Investigators say he checks to see if anyone's home and then crawls in through a window. Police say he's only after one thing.
He's like jewelry. He didn't take money. There was money on the plain sight.
Detectives say that he's gotten away with at least several $1,000s in jewelry.
5:06 right now. Despite hopes for a later start to the school year, classes in the LAUSD will start in mid-August. Yesterday, board members voted to keep the current school calendar for the next 3 years. Most parents surveyed wanted school to begin after Labor Day, but board members decided to begin the school year on August 14th. Now, the school calendar will also include a week off for Thanksgiving, a 3-week winter break, and a week-long spring break.
All right, 5:06, check the weather. Shauna Mendiola, and it's like no rain, moisture in sight whatsoever.
We need it. Nothing to smile about here. We really need it. It hasn't rained in so long, and we're still not looking at it when we need it. So again, when we look at December, it's our rainiest, one of the rainiest months in winter. And again, we're looking at 0 rain for all of December so far. Again, your red flag warning and fire weather watches now have been extended through Friday. We keep seeing the National Weather Service push this forward every day just because it's been so dry. We've got, again, the wind gust in place, and it feels, again, warmer than average. This is December, and highs today will be back in the 80s, guys. We're looking at warm temperatures from Inland Empire down through Orange County, and temperatures, again, have been soaring in addition to the dry air out there. So we start out cold in the morning, we get hot in the afternoons, and it's all because the air is dry. Again, when you add a little bit of a moisture in the atmosphere, it takes longer for that to happen. But because, again, you're at 4% this morning in Valencia, wow, it has been, again, a big jump in those temperatures. We've been seeing, again, fire threats across the board, and we'll continue to see that again. Offshore wind is expected to be lighter today. High temperatures will be in the 60s and 70s west of the, or east of the mountains. West of the mountains, much warmer in the low 80s across the board from Riverside through Corona. So you'll see 82 and 84 today. And fire threats, again, still continuous in Southern California, although the wind is much lighter today. But that could help firefighters out there as they battle the current fires burning at this time, especially the Thomas fire. As we take a look at the conditions up there, Camarillo through Santa Paula and Ojai, low to mid 80s. So this is going to happen quite fast. Once the sun comes up, you're going to see those temperatures rise 40 to 50 degrees in the span of a few hours. 84 for downtown LA, 70s along the South Bay coastline, and 80s as you head inland, with a red flag warning still in place for LA County all the way through Friday. Details on your 7-day forecast about a little bit of a change because winds after tomorrow will start to cool down and calm down as well. We'll have details on your forecast coming up. Here's Alicia.
Shauna, thank you. It's always scary to talk about these. A car is flipped over right on the 101 southbound transition to the 134. There are also reports that it's near Lancashire, which is right where we are at Universal Studios. So just a heads up there. Emergency crews are on the way. Same goes for the 10 westbound. If you use that in and around Sierra and Citrus, a 3-car collision is causing some minor backup. You can use the 60 instead. And let's get you an update on this car that flipped. It's only blocking the transition, making it an official SIG alert. That's an unplanned lane closure for 30 minutes or longer. It's the 215 northbound at the 91 westbound. But again, it's just affecting the transition road. We'll let you know as soon as that's cleared up. Thankfully, nobody was seriously injured. What does it look like on the 210? We've got a Caltrans camera for you. At Santa Anita Avenue, the westbound side already getting a little busy, but at least it's still moving. It's still 5:09 a.m. Expected to get busier as the morning progresses. It pays to drive early and in the dark like us. All right, back to you guys.
That's why we call it dark and early, right, Alicia?
Yeah.
All right, 5:09 this morning. morning, up next, the big expansion plans for one of the most iconic donut shops in Southern California.
And new details on that violent crash on the 405 that we told you about yesterday. Find out how LAPD officer is doing after being hit on the highway.
And what did we Google the most in 2017? The search engine reveals the answer this morning. That's coming up. You're watching Today in LA. It's 5:10.
Four stories to watch today on NBC4 and the NBC LA app.
Trying to get some of the background in there.
Four stories to watch today on NBC4 and the NBC LA app. Deciding his fate. Jury resumes deciding how to punish Isauro Aguirre. He was convicted of torturing his then-girlfriend's 8-year-old son to death.
Shut down for smoke. More schools in Ventura County are closed today because...
Yay. My phone doesn't take good pictures anymore. I think once when I dropped it, like something shattered in the camera, and it just, the pictures are foggy and blurry and not good. Hi, Leah Jasmine. How are you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know anything, you know, we're just waiting to see what's going to happen.
Giving me a little recap on Tony's assignment this morning, the breaking news donut shop story.
I need to look at. Sorry, my brain's. I'm kind of scattered.
It's your turn
on
today.
That stuff. No, I'm done. I'm
what?
done.
This is your last one. You're doing everything today.
I'm done.
It is your last one.
Yeah. Definitely not this block. I need more info because honestly, I've been tuned out. So I just know there was a break-in. That's all I know.
Maybe next commercial.
Yeah.
Can I bug you?
Sure.
Yeah. He also offered to do all the cut-ins. He's so sweet on his last day. I'm kidding.
What's going on?
How would it make you feel if we pay off your college debt for you?
It'll make me feel very happy that I would get another.
I need to read.
All right.
Yeah.
I haven't read any scripts, so yeah, I'm totally out of it.
Four stories to watch today on NBC4 and the NBC LA app. Deciding his fate. Jury resumes deciding how to punish Isauro Aguirre. He was convicted of torturing his then-girlfriend's 8-year-old son to death.
Shut down for smoke. More schools in Ventura County are closed today because of smoke from the Thomas fire.
Shining on Hollywood Boulevard, The Rock gets cemented in movie history when he gets a star on the Walk of Fame today at 11:30.
And Hollywood gets ready for another award show. Nominations for the Screen Actors Guild Awards come out today at 7 a.m.
And police are trying to figure out who killed a man and then left his body at an abandoned construction site. Police say that the man was discovered at around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon in Garden Grove. Right now, police do not have a lot of information to go on, so they are asking for possible witnesses to come forward now. Investigators are also searching for any surveillance video in the area.
A man accused of trying to target New York City commuters with a pipe bomb faces a judge today. Investigators say Akayer Ullah strapped the bomb to his body, and you can see it explode in this surveillance video. He allegedly told investigators that he wanted to kill as many people as possible. His plan failed, and he ended up seriously injuring himself. 3 innocent people, though, suffered minor injuries. The 27-year-old will be arraigned today from his hospital bed. A brand new molestation investigation for Oscar-nominated director Roman Polanski. The LAPD is now looking into allegations the filmmaker inappropriately touched a 10-year-old girl during a photo shoot back in the mid-70s. Now, criminal charges cannot be brought because it happened so long ago, but detectives are hoping to use evidence collected to prosecute other cases. Polanski has been a fugitive since fleeing to France in 1978 while awaiting sentencing for sexually assaulting a teenager.
Well, seven-week-old baby is fighting for his life this morning after getting seriously injured in a car crash involving a police SUV. This happened last week on the corner of North State and Cottonwood. In a Riverside, sheriff's vehicle crashed right into the family's car. Police did not say where the deputy was going or if the lights and sirens were on, but the child's parents told us that if the lights and siren were on, they did not hear them.
Don't know anything, we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. If if they're going to say that that it was their fault, we don't know anything yet.
Well, their son will have more x-rays next week. His parents tell us that he may have to have a brain surgery now. An iconic LA area donut shop is expanding in a really big way. Inglewood's own Randy's Donuts confirmed yesterday the standalone shop will open up at Apollo Landing, a new El Segundo development. Reps for Randy's Donuts also revealed that it is hoping to open some other locations across the country, as close as Nevada and as far as the East Coast. Recently, by the way, Randy's Donuts opened up inside of a remodeled Westfield Century City, but they have to have that big donut on top
absolutely.
of it.
The donut's got to go wherever the shop goes, I think. All right, a store in a small Colorado town got some unexpected visitors here. Take a look. A mama deer wandered into the Horsetooth Inn and RV park, and she checks out the sunglasses, the junk food. There she is, continues to browse around the store. At one point, she even got a snack from another customer. So the owners were able to eventually lure her out with peanut butter, a peanut bar specifically, and then she came back with her babies. So brought the whole family. It's like, hey, they got peanut butter in here.
Yeah. She's like, there's a buffet in there, you guys.
Come along, kids. This is great.
There's good stuff in here.
Exactly.
They're very friendly.
They got to fuel up before Christmas.
Absolutely.
That's
Peanut
carbo
butter,
load.
got the protein.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting cold out there. Got to add some padding. That's always good.
Yep.
All right, well, it's cold outside here this morning. It's California, and we think, hey, it doesn't get this cold, but it does. I'll show you where. We've got dry air out there, and that's why those temperatures have plummeted overnight. Dry conditions again for the next week ahead, and look at the humidity, about 15% in Van Nuys, where yesterday you hit the single digits with that humidity. It warmed up very fast, and it's all because it's dry. We'll see the same again today, but so far calm winds today. We've got 54 degrees for you in Van Nuys. Not looking for those winds to pick up till tomorrow. We've got, again, dry, warm, and windy forecast for you. Single-digit humidity continuing, and no rain, unfortunately, for this week's forecast. Here's the humidity out the door. I did mention how dry it is out there, and you can feel it. Inland Empire in the 20s right now. Santa Ana a little bit better with 46, but again, this is all below where we should be, and you can definitely feel it in the San Fernando Valley, where, again, Valencia, you're at 4%. Some of you, again, getting down to the single digits as we head into the afternoon, all because of the wind. Now, today's wind isn't expected to be quite as strong. You can see that on the wind futurecast. The strongest winds move through around 9-10 o'clock this morning and then start to subside. So a light wind all across the board today. I think that's going to be good in helping firefighters get around these fires. Now, in terms of tomorrow, we talked about a stronger wind. Look at 11 o'clock. A lot of red and pink on the map. That indicates a stronger wind here on our scale, which shows about a 40 mile per hour wind gust at times. That will subside in the afternoon, and then we'll see lighter winds into the weekend here. But because of that, we've got red flag warnings extended all the way through Friday, everybody, and fire weather watches as well for some of you. A look at your 7-day forecast here shows you no rain in the forecast. That's all we need, and we don't have that on the way. Tomorrow will be a much windier day, so today, again, just taking a break from those winds. Friday, we'll start to calm those winds down. We'll cool down as well with a switch of direction of the wind with a little bit of onshore flow. And that's going to bring more cloud cover our way and cool those temperatures down slightly. I don't know if you're going to feel it, but you'll definitely see those numbers come on down, and you'll see a little bit more cloud cover out there as well. That's been a quick look at your forecast. We'll have another update for you coming up in a few minutes. I'll send it over to Alicia with a check of traffic. Alicia.
Thank you for that, Shauna. Thank you for the warnings about the winds. Still problematic for high-profile vehicles. Now, we warned you about a car that flipped over on the 101. This is close to Universal City, right where we are at the Universal Studios lot. Now we're seeing that backup behind it. Emergency crews are on scene, and it sounds like somebody was injured, unfortunately. So just get an extra early start if you use that 101 near that 134, or hop on after into the Studio City area, a much better drive. The 14 southbound, all of these cars that were involved in the crash at Crown Valley are over to the right shoulder, but watch out for a hit and run on the 5 northbound near Valencia. It's just starting to get crowded in and around that Santa Clarita area towards the Newhall Pass. Why don't we take a look at the 5 in Commerce? Here's what it looks like at Atlantic Boulevard. Both directions look great. No SIG alerts here. Back to you, Whit.
Alicia, thanks so much. 5:20, time for this morning's Hollywood Buzz. And just into our newsroom, we found out who will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame next year. Rocker Bon Jovi leads the 2018 class. He's joined by the rock band The Cars and legendary R&B and jazz singer Nina Simone. They'll be inducted during a ceremony on April 14th at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. Late night host James Corden is a dad again. The comedian announced the news on Twitter yesterday, saying he and his wife Julia welcomed a baby daughter into the world. This is the couple's 3rd child. The native Brit also thanks superstar Harry Styles for taking over hosting duties with only 2 hours notice. We are less than a month away from the 75th Golden Globe Awards. Tonight, NBC is celebrating that anniversary with a 2-hour special highlighting some of the greatest award show moments. And one of those includes when Christine Lahti won Best Actress in a TV drama in 1998 while she was apparently in the bathroom. Will and Grace's Deborah Messing and Eric McCormick will host the special at 9 tonight on NBC4.
Having them together host it, you know it's going to be funny.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be great.
How about winning when you're in the bathroom?
But I can't believe nobody told her, don't move.
Yeah, wait a few minutes. Yeah, we're going to get through it. All right.
Made it a great moment.
Yeah. All right, 5:21 this morning, NBC4 is granting holiday wishes.
Yeah, last night we helped make another dream come true.
How would it make you feel if we pay off your college debt for you?
It'll make me feel very happy that I would get another chance, to continue my education.
Well, you know what? We know you're going to do special stuff because we know you donate a lot of your time to your old elementary school, work with kids, and you're going to be a psychologist, and you're going to help other people. So it's the least we can do. Mom, you made a great wish. We hope we made your dream come true, too.
You absolutely have. We are so happy.
You really did. We're also going to give you a gift basket.
What a great gift, right? That right there, of course, NBC4's Fritz Coleman at the NBC4 Wishing Tree last night. As you saw there, he granted a wish for Natasha to help her daughter, Debrina. NBC4 paid Debrina's outstanding college expense so she can now register for her classes and she can graduate next summer. So today, Fritz is going to be at the Plaza West Covina Mall from 4 o'clock until 6:30 tonight. You can see him grant another amazing wish starting on the NBC4 News at 4 o'clock.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Fritz is coming in like Santa Claus, helping people out.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, well, coming up, we're going to take you to one of the coolest places to celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, and a large fire, though, we should talk about also rips through a home in San Bernardino overnight. What we know about how this started and the damage it caused coming up.
I don't, because he sometimes takes his mic off to go to the bathroom.
Oh, that's right. I'm turning off my mic.
What?
The dispatcher told them, well,
Is that what he
go out
said?
there.
Okay, hold on a minute.
We can also do Alabama Senator if you'd rather do that.
I know you guys can see anything, but if you guys
Welcome back. It's 5:25. New this morning, a massive house fire in San Bernardino. The fire started in a trailer parked outside this home on Garner Avenue, then quickly spread to a car and detached garage before reaching the two-story house. Firefighters were able to knock this down before it threatened neighboring homes. No one was hurt. They're now trying to figure out how this fire started.
Well, for the second time in 5 weeks, ice from a plane apparently smashed right into a home in the Inland Empire. This time it happened to a home in San Bernardino on Sunday. The ice, along with part of the roof and the ceiling, ended up in an empty bedroom. Claudel Curry calls police, and he says that at first officers did not believe him.
The dispatcher told them, well, go out there and check, because I think someone out there have kind of lost their mind. They're saying something had fallen from the sky into their house. Something needs to be done. Second time in a month that this happened.
Scary, right? Well, the same thing happened just last month in Chino. The FAA says that it's probably ice that formed on a plane and it fell off as it descended into warmer air.
Time about 5:27. Coming up, controversy in the Russia investigation.
Yeah, the newly released text between two FBI agents that are raising questions about their role in the probe.
Good morning, I'm Tony Ginyard, live in Buena Park, where Modu Donuts is back open for business just hours after a shooting inside the donut shop. One employee was wounded. We'll have a live report up next.
Today in LA at 5:30 starts now.
Yeah, are they not updating?
Lighting.
It doesn't look like that.
And I feel like on the air it doesn't look like that either. It looks darker on the air. I think I should change it now, right? Gracias. I did. You can take it.
Alabama. Going to Bama. One minute.
Okay, post is out.
All right.
It has been posted. It's official. You can't back down now.
Today in LA at 5:30 starts now.
Right now, donut shop shooting. A crook starts shooting inside while customers are still there. Hear from the people who escaped this scare in Orange County.
And a political earthquake shakes Alabama. Democrat Doug Jones beats Republican Roy Moore in the Senate race. The defiant message from Moore as the ground shakes for Republicans right now.
And we are getting in the Christmas spirit with the coolest holiday event on the coast. We'll show you what's new at the Queen Mary Chill exhibit. Up next. Good morning, everybody. I'm Whit Johnson.
And I'm Daniela Guzman. We're going to get to all those stories in a moment. We're going to start off, though, check your forecast right now with meteorologist Shauna Mendiola. And it's super cold out there this morning.
Yeah, it feels like December in the mornings, but in the afternoons definitely feels like August more so. Right now, we're looking at temperatures, again, very chilly for you in Long Beach. We're going to go ahead and take you through your forecast today with those highs, again, hitting the 80s for you. But you're starting off this morning at 48 degrees. So by the Queen Mary, it's definitely chilly out there. 48 Long Beach right now will warm you up at least 30 degrees by the time you hit lunchtime. So that's a fast warm up, and it's all because the air is so dry. You'll be at 80 degrees by lunchtime. Okay, afternoon highs today right around 81. Everyone looking warmer than average. We'll have details on them coming right up. I'll send it over to Alicia Del Valle right now with a check of traffic.
We've got new wrecks reported on the 405 at Warner in Orange County, and same goes for the 15 at Magnolia in the IE. But we've got better news on this accident I reported on the 101. It is officially cleared from lanes. Traffic is squeezing through. We're not calling this a signaler, so a bit of good news there. Back to you guys.
Alicia, thank you. Nearly 8,000 firefighters are working right now on the Big Thomas fire, trying to get the massive fire under control right now because it's threatening thousands of homes in Santa Barbara County right now. NBC4's Jonathan Gonzalez live for us right now in Montesino, where people, Jonathan, they're going to spend another day watching this fire burn closer and closer to their homes.
Yeah, Daniela, I'll tell you, we're here in the Romero Canyon area, walking up a hill, so I'm a little winded right now. You can see the flames burning here on one side of me, one side of the street here, Bella Vista. On the other side over here, there's a property. You can see the fence line right here. So firefighters still have another tough day ahead of them. Take a look at some of the video from last night showing you here in the Montecito area what they were dealing with. The Thomas fire has jumped to 236,000 acres. Excuse me, I'm still trying to catch my breath here. Jumped to 236,000 acres, is 25% contained, but again, because of the sheer size of this fire so far, crews still have a long way to go. Right now, 18,000 structures are still being threatened by this fire, which is now in its second week. Last night, my colleague Patrick Healy actually spoke to a woman who was helping her 93-year-old mom evacuate. Take a listen to that.
It looks a lot closer than it is, but it scares me. And I'm actually sad for the wildlife, for the animals. I'm glad that our homes are safe and that the firefighters are doing an amazing job. I bless them, they're incredible. And I worry about the animals and where they're going to go.
And firefighters are expected to have another tough day today. Their plan is to set some backfires today, but it's been tough every night because of these offshore winds that kind of kick in. The good news is right now we can report that the winds are relatively calm at this point. We want to come back out live and show you that there are fire crews assessing this flare up here on the hill as it continues to burn just inches away from at least one property here in Montecito. The smoke is heavy. It's also heavy down in Ventura, where we stopped earlier this morning. And so we can tell you that Ventura schools have actually closed their schools for the rest of the week. But again, you can see what they're dealing with. Second week of this Thomas fire, actively burning at this point, still threatening structures. We're going to continue to follow these firefighters to see how they work on this flare up here in Romero Canyon, and we'll check back with you guys in about 30 minutes. Whit and Daniela, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Jonathan Gonzalez hiking along the fire lines. Thank you. 5:34 this morning. Now to that political earthquake that started in Alabama and is now being felt across the country. Democrat Doug Jones is the apparent winner in the special Senate race. The latest numbers show Jones beat Republican Roy Moore 50-48. The result, a sign that voters could not ignore sexual misconduct allegations against Roy Moore. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has more about the race and why Moore refuses to quit. Gabe, good morning.
Wait, good morning. The Republican Senate majority will now be razor thin, 51-49. The blame game, has already started. President Trump tweeting this morning that the reason he originally backed Roy Moore's opponent during the primary, Luther Strange, is because he said that Roy Moore couldn't win the general election, and he now says that the deck was stacked against him. But Doug Jones, pulling off an incredible upset victory, the former prosecutor, managed to mobilize African-American voters as well as moderate Republicans in places like Jefferson County in and around Birmingham. It was a big surprise to many political observers. There hasn't been a Democrat that has been elected to Washington from Alabama in 25 years. Now, Roy Moore had been dogged by allegations of sexual misconduct with teenage girls for the past several weeks. These allegations were from women that said this behavior had happened decades ago. He had repeatedly denied it, but voters were apparently swayed. Last night, he spoke briefly with supporters. He said that, quote, this was not over. He even brought up the possibility of a recount, and he refused to concede. But Witt, according to Alabama law, that's highly unlikely. An automatic recount would take effect if the margin of victory was less than 1/2 of 1 percentage point. But Doug Jones topped Roy Moore by 3 times that margin. Witt, back to you.
All right, Gabe Gutierrez for us. Thanks so much. Of course, our coverage of this historic Senate win will continue on the Today Show. NBC's political director and moderator of Meet the Press, Chuck Todd, will break down what this result means for the rest of the country.
Well, 5:36, we're now developing news that we're following a shooting at a donut shop overnight. Somebody walked into an Orange County donut shop and shot a store employee. NBC4's Tony Guinier live right now in Buena Park, where she has been speaking with the shop's customers and the employees. Tony.
Good morning. Yes, the employees here at the donut shop on Beach Boulevard understandably shaken up by what happened early this morning. We noticed a couple of things. There are security cameras inside and outside of this business, so whatever led up to the shooting likely recorded by the security cameras if they were operating. Someone here at the donut shop called 911 around 1 this morning to report an assault. Once police arrived, they determined this was a shooting. One employee saying a gunman after money ended up shooting his friend. Another employee confirmed to me off camera that the victim was an employee here. Information police have not confirmed. The victim was conscious when taken to the hospital. Police hoping he could provide a detailed description of the suspect, as regular customers are coming in shaking their heads. Some can't believe Modu Donuts, a 24-hour shop, could be targeted.
They have absolutely no heart, no conscience. This is a place that people come and we meet and we talk and we have breakfast and then we get on our way.
And as soon as police cleared the investigation here on scene, employees set out to get things back to normal as possible. Customers arrived to learn about the shooting. Police working on getting that description of the suspect, and they're also asking for any witnesses to come forward. As of yet, no update on the victim's condition. I'm Tony Guinier reporting live from Buena Park for Today in LA.
All right, Tony, thanks so much. 5:38. Let's get a check of the forecast. Shauna Mendiola, the dry conditions, the chilly mornings.
Yeah, it feels like December again in the morning, and by the afternoon, it's like August in Southern California. All dry here on your live Doppler network. No rain in your forecast from now through at least next week. We've got dry air in place. You can see the water vapor imagery, very dry. The brown, again, what you're seeing, air, that is dry air. Anything that's green here on this map indicates moisture, and I want to show you where it's at. Right now, it's north of California and to our west, being kept away by a ridge of high pressure. So we're staying dry. We're also seeing those winds in place as that air comes right around that ridge of high pressure. So we're staying dry again today. Offshore winds not going away just yet. And because of that, temperatures starting off cold. 24 degrees for you in Lancaster. Good morning. I'm thinking of you. Wear those warm jackets. And then west of the mountains, we have 40s and 50s for Anaheim, Santa Ana, Riverside. It'll get a little cooler by the time we hit sunrise, which is in about an hour. And then it'll start to warm up fast. I'll show you what the hour-by-hour forecast looks like. We've got 30s out the door for Corona, though. 60s by 9. Look at that big jump in temperatures, and that's all because of the sunshine. And this is around the time we expect those offshore winds to pick up, so you can see how fast things warm up once those winds happen. And then we'll get to the 70s by lunchtime, 80s by 1 o'clock, and start that cooling trend all over again to Thursday. So it's layer day again. As we start off cold, we warm 30 to 40 to 50 degrees in some spots across Southern California, with low 80s on the way for you in Temecula, Riverside, Santa Ana, Van Nuys, and downtown LA. Looking again warmer today. We'll have a cool down for this weekend, and wind is actually going to go away for a little bit. I'll show you when coming right up. Here's Alicia Del Valle with a check of traffic. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Shauna. We've got a great start to your drive. No sick alerts through Los Angeles County so far, but a couple of accidents have popped up. Now we're going to take you to the IE where we told you about a wreck at Magnolia. Technically, the crash is removed from lanes, but there was some debris left in lanes, so you can see the backup as you make your way towards Magnolia. So just allow yourself an extra 5 to 10 minute head start. And a crash just reported, a car versus a dump truck. It's the 605 at the 5, already kind of busy as you make your way from Whittier through Los Nietos towards Pico Rivera into Downey. You will be delayed. Let's go outside. What does a 91 look like? Here's what it looks like. At Wilmington, both directions look great. Yes, it's getting a little crowded. It's about that time. Everybody starts to hit the road to get to work and to school. Be safe out there. Back to you guys.
Alicia, thank you. Coming up, Google releases the most searched topic of 2017 overnight. Find out what it is. That's next.
And the war of words between President Donald Trump and a New York senator intensify. Hear how Kirsten Gillibrand responds to a controversial tweet from the president.
And good morning from Long Beach. I think I've already proven that I'm quite the ice skater, but for those kiddos who need a little help, well, here we go. This penguin, we're having fun going on an international expedition here where you and the family can embark on some fun from 6 different countries coming up on Today in LA.
Okay, so this is the block. We're doing it all over again.
Camera?
I can't do it again.
And then Charity, I guess you'll pop up next to Jeff, and then when I interview Charity, Jeff, you'll just back up, right? So I'll be escorted in by
me now. Okay. What did you do to him?
Santa Claus from Holland.
Yes. And I even speak with an accent because I'm really European.
Was she flirting with this guy?
With Santa Claus?
You're flirting with Santa, Michelle?
Santa baby.
I don't know, but she's like giggling with Santa. Oh, come on.
Wrap or what? Wait, what? Okay, I'll wrap it up. All right, Michelle, thank you. We do have
We're back at 5:44 this morning. A holiday tradition continues in Long Beach. If you're looking to celebrate Christmas, then the Queen Mary is the place to be.
We've both been. It's so much fun. We sent out Michelle Vyas out there right now. She's live at Chill, where Winter Fun is in full gear, and you're skating. Who is that with you? Is that Santa? No.
Oh, escorting me is Santa Claus from Holland because I've been such a good girl this year. Santa Claus, right?
Such a good girl. I came to Europe to tell you that. She was amazing.
He actually knows Robert Kovacic, and he's been a bad boy, Santa.
Oh, no, Robert. What's our president of LA Press Club doing?
Robert Kovacic. This is the whole new chill. We even made it snow this morning outside the Queen Mary, inspired by this wonderful lady, the executive co-producer, Charity Hill here. Charity, thank you so much. This is masterful. We can visit 6 countries. Tell us what families can do out here at Chill.
There's so much to do. There's 38,000 square feet of skatable ice, from ice skating to ice tubing to ice bumper boats or even ice tricycles. There's literally something for everyone.
And for you hardcore parents out there who need a little break, there's even some vodka bars?
There is. In one of our stops, we've got a 12-degree ice bar in Russia. We've got a 2-story chalet bar. We've got a German pub called the Twisted Pretzel featuring German beer flights.
And foodies will love this too because there's so much food to experience from 6 different regions.
Exactly. We tried to take the traditions and favorites from each region that we're celebrating so everybody can break bread together.
Oh, break bread together. This is beautiful, you guys. You got to come out here. Tickets start at $19.99 to $39.99, but I hear the VIP packages are the way to go.
It really is. It gives you a little bit of everything, and there's even a fast pass for an extra $15 so you can kind of skip the lines.
Yeah, those VIP packages are around $75 on up. And there's a zip line too. You can go from the North Pole to Switzerland. This is awesome. Okay, guys, I'm going to go back out and see what else Santa brought me this year. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not very nice.
Dutch Santa.
It's a gift. It's a season. Yeah, we should be giving, not getting, right?
That's right.
That's what this is all about.
Way to change it up.
Exactly.
All right, so we'll check in with you in another hour. Bye.
All right, Michelle.
Bye, Michelle. Michelle says she's good, but I've heard she's been pretty naughty. I don't know. We'll have to see. This Dutch Santa has his name.
We were just talking about, we were at Chill last year, and it looks so different. Like they made significant changes.
They have to change it up to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
And
cool.
They did a great job.
I'm in.
I want to go. I want to break bread too. All right, where's the bread? I love bread. All right, 5:47, everybody. It's early. Let's get out the door to that cooler weather. It feels like winter out there as you start your day off. It's just absolutely dry, and the fire danger this afternoon continues. We've got wind gusts that will pick up today, but not quite as strong as they will get tomorrow, and that's why National Weather Service has extended the red flag warning for Santa Clarita, down through our mountains, and the Inland Empire now, and Orange County is under a fire weather watch. Again, we'd never get out of this fire threat in Southern California, but it increases when we introduce that offshore wind, and that's what we have right now. Looking very light at this time, not expecting them to pick up any stronger than 20 to 30 miles per hour today, and you can see the typically wind-prone spots still getting those winds as we head to the morning hours. Right around 11 and 12, that's when the strongest wind happens, and then they go away. But look at what happens Thursday. We'll introduce a stronger wind gust that'll move through same time around 11 o'clock. So that's what we're watching as those winds continue to pick up. They'll relax a little bit in the afternoon and then completely go away on Friday, allowing for some changes on your 7-day forecast. Now, those changes include a slight cool down, a little bit more cloud cover, and some humidity, which we need because it is absolutely dry outside. Single digits for many of you, including the valleys. Valencia, Van Nuys coming in with single-digit humidity at this time, so it feels dry outside. I need a lot of lotion. All right, valleys, 82 degrees right now. You're looking at temperatures staying that way through Friday, and then we'll go ahead and cool it down for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, both in the 70s, including LA and Orange County with low 80s today all the way through Friday. It is well above average in the afternoons, feeling more like July, August than it does December in LA. All right, we're going to have another look at your weather coming right up, but we send it over to Alicia with a check in traffic. Alicia.
Traffic has been so driver-friendly, Shauna, all morning long, but we're starting to see more problems pop up as more people start to hit the road. Okay, look at your drive on the 210, the 10, and the 60. All of these are really getting crowded now that we're getting close to 6 a.m. And a new wreck was just reported. It sounds like someone's car was totaled on the 118 near Laurel Canyon. That's where it just about meets the 5. And watch out for emergency crews helping out a wreck on the 605 southbound. That's at Ramona Boulevard. It's reported in lanes, but we're not seeing major delays behind it. So again, just giving you a heads up if you take that 605 southbound and leave the 210. Let's go outside. We've got a Caltrans camera for you. This is what it looks like at the 5. Both directions in and out of Commerce are moving. Now, this is usually a busy portion of the 5, but so far so good. This is when you want to hit the road. Don't wait till it gets crowded. But again, the 5 at Atlantic looking great in both directions. Everybody have a great day out there.
All right, Alicia, thank you. Well, we're feeling mixed feelings of joy and sadness this morning as we say goodbye to Whit. Today is his last day. I know you're all probably really shocked. He's going to talk about it in a moment. But first, take a look at this special video we made of some of our favorite moments of him right here with us at NBC4. All right, Michelle, thank you. We do have a lot more to bring you live from Dodger Stadium this morning. Hey, Whit. Hey. What? You photobombing me?
Yeah, sure. This is not the samba. I don't know what that is.
What is that? I don't know, but it's getting
That was like a
going.
night at the Roxbury
Don't look at Whit. I know how to samba.
No, I think Daniela's got it down.
I just have to point out what's happening here. Apparently, there's a bird blocking our live picture, so we're not under attack as far as we know.
I'm not going to hurt you, right?
Okay. No, I'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Well, we'll see.
But I make my own that my grandfather taught me. Rest in peace. It's a mayo and ketchup.
Yeah, everybody, that's called special sauce. Everybody the mayo and ketchup. You're not breaking news here, Daniela. Ow.
Have you taken Advil and iced those
I have
bruises?
taken some Advil.
He calls it the gulp.
I invented mayo and ketchup. We're going to call it Thousand Island. You look great. I mean, I was talking to your people, and I wanted to make sure that we had the same thing going on.
Yeah, I mean, we're actually, if you want.
And the same haircut.
You know, like champions.
Dip the bacon in the yolk. Are you touching this man's breakfast, Jonathan? Party foul.
He's offering me breakfast. Here we go.
All right, leave them. Oh, what a nice guy. Look at that. Bacon with a side of bacon. That's my kind of breakfast. And we have bugs flying around, too. All right, we've got a line of people lined up outside.
I'm exhausted. That's what I'm talking about. We've only been playing 5 minutes. Probably better it didn't go over the net because I was waiting for it right here.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I think I need Tommy John surgery.
Isn't that in the elbow, though?
Oh, yeah.
You're holding the wrong body part.
Put a little Bengay.
We'll get him some ice.
Do you get your toupees from toupees.com?
I do. Mine's more like a Lego hair, like you just snap it into place, like it's on the nightstand. I'm sorry, the man in the clown suit was filming a prank for a viral video. My apologies, the heavy breathing as he ran away really got to me. The prankster ran away when the man pulled out a gun and started beating him. He wasn't hurt, didn't file a police report.
That's not funny.
It's not funny. The video is wrong, top to bottom.
He's just doing a video.
Still, yes, but not a good idea for many obvious reasons. Look, there's that bling they're talking about. There's enough ice on that to keep the crystal cold. That's what they say. I think so. Jonathan's the skinniest minion I've ever seen. All right, we'll see you soon, buddy.
Thanks.
We like to keep it active, you know. Right here, we got some interviews coming up. We're sensitive. You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's our immune systems. They've made it official.
Now I know why you're leaving. It's because of me.
What?
You're tired of it.
Oh, man.
I'm kidding.
Look, I mean, this is such an emotional moment for me. I mean, we built our homes here. You know, my wife and I, we came here. This was going to be home for a long time.
Yeah.
And I just want to make things very clear here that this was a long, long process. And today is my last day at NBC4. And this was many months of complicated, difficult conversations with my family, with my managers here. And I want to make things really clear. There's a lot of stuff going on out there and changing landscapes in the media. This was good old-fashioned career growth, opportunity, exploration. And this is the best newsroom I've ever worked in, hands down. The most dedicated, committed people and creative people, and I'm so sad to leave. But I can't talk about what's next other than I'm going to take some time off, and then I will be back on TV in some capacity down the road, and I'm going to miss you all so much and all the hardworking people here.
We're going to miss you.
At NBC4.
Absolutely.
So.
We'll miss you for sure. Now you can set your alarm to a normal time and sleep in a little bit.
That part I won't miss. That I can admit that much. Yeah.
We are going to miss you a lot. Thank you for all of the passion and work you put into our newscast. You've made it a better newscast. We're going to miss you. It's part of life. We have all left some sort of job. So we wish you the best of luck. But in the meantime, we're going to milk you for the next hour that we have with you.
Still got stuff to do.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Or I will.
Clips I thought it'd be edited down, but it was like literally edit for edit.
Oh. I just would like to have memories. Like I have some outtakes and stuff from us in Chicago.
I'm at the Vertical. How much time do I have?
Certainly silence my voice on this. It's mainly like
I would like to get through this, last hour without messing everything up. If I can pull myself together here. Yeah, at least. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, there you go, Dave. Perfect. Excellent. Welcome back. It's 5:58. A war of words this morning on Capitol Hill. Critics are blasting President Trump's comments about a New York senator. The president fired off this tweet yesterday saying Senator Kirsten Gillibrand came to him begging for campaign donations and would, quote, do anything for him. That triggered backlash from critics who called the remarks sexist. This morning, Senator Gillibrand told the Today Show the president has a history of disrespecting women.
The president's trying to certainly silence my voice on this issue of these allegations against him. He is a bully, and he's been attacking different people across this country since he's been president.
You can see the senator's full response on the Today Show. That's coming up at 7 a.m. right here on NBC4. Well, we're getting a look at what people had on their minds in 2017.
Google just released its top search terms of the year, and Hurricane Irma topped that list. The powerful storm slammed into Florida in September. Number 2 search on the list was Matt Lauer, who was fired from the Today Show last month. Tom Petty, who passed away earlier this year, was 3rd, followed by the Super Bowl and the Las Vegas shooting. Here are the top 10 most Googled terms, and number 10 may kind of surprise you. The fidget spinner landed on that list, and the fidget spinner was so popular.
Yeah, and then it had some issues and stuff. I still see those things out there, though.
Yeah?
It's going to end up in some stockings, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. They're all over the store shelves right now. All right, it's just about 6 a.m. right now. Here's what's happening today in LA this morning.
And developing right now, gunfire erupts inside an OC donut shop. A worker shot during an attempted robbery overnight. We're talking to police to find out what led up to this shooting.
It's not over, and it's going to take some time. Thank you.
Well, the stunning upset in Alabama. Republican Roy Moore is the projected loser in the Senate race. Why he says the fight is not over yet.
And honeymoon scare. You'll meet the new bride who proved to be quite the catch.
This is Today in LA at 6.
Good morning, everyone. On this Wednesday, I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Whit Johnson. It's December 13th. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll have more on those stories in just a moment. First, let's check in with meteorologist Shauna Mendiola. Checking the forecast today. We can't get out of this pattern, can we?
It's a big ridge of high pressure right over the west coast. So until that starts moving, we won't see any changes. And what we're talking about here is another day of offshore wind, cold starts, and then afternoons that feel like summertime out there with highs in the 80s. Let's get out the door right now to get you ready, though, for your Wednesday. 20s for you in Lancaster and the high deserts, much cooler. East of the mountains, cooler, I should say, colder. West of the mountains, we have 40s and 50s from LA through Pasadena down to Anaheim and Santa Ana this morning. By the time the sun starts to rise in about 50 minutes, we'll start to warm up here. I'll get to the details on that coming right up. Here's Alicia Del Valle right now, the check of traffic. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Shauna. Good morning, everybody. It's about that time. It's officially slow on your Today in LA drive times. The 210, the 10, and the 60 all loading up between the 15 and the 57. Your westbound drives are SIG alert free. It's just getting crowded out there. Back to you.
Alicia, thanks. 6:01 right now. Shot overnight in a donut shop this morning. A donut shop employee is in the hospital after someone walked into the store and shot him. This happened around 1 this morning at Modu Donuts. We took you out live there to the shop at 5:30 here on Today in LA as customers were arriving and learning about what happened. Coming up at 6:30, we'll hear from some of those customers when we check back in with NBC4's Tony Ginyard. Meantime, happening now, firefighters trying to stop the Thomas fire from spreading to homes in Santa Barbara County.
NBC4's Jonathan Gonzalez is live right now in Montecito, where the fire is burning out of control and closer to homes. Jonathan?
Whit and Daniela, just to give you perspective, we're up in the hills of Montecito where that fire is still burning. We're up in Romero Canyon where strike teams from Torrance Fire actually are kind of clearing brush in this area to make sure that this little flare up here doesn't keep spreading down the hillside here, because there are homes just on the other side of the road right here. It is incredible to see that this fire in its second week is still burning this strongly. We want to show you video from last night. The burn area has now increased to 236,000 acres. Containment is at 25%. But again, considering the size of this massive Thomas fire, they still have a long way to go. Right now, 18,000 structures are still being threatened at this hour. Firefighters are expected to have another tough day today. Their plan is to set some backfires later today. It's been kind of a tough thing to do that at night because of some of the offshore winds that have kicked in, but we can tell you right now that the winds have stayed calm throughout that we've been here so far, but we of course know that that can change any second. We want to come back out and show you again this flare up. We have strike teams from Torrance working hard to make sure that this does not spread. It is also flaring up just up the road here. The smoke still strong in this area, not only Montecito but still down through Ventura. Ventura Unified has closed its schools through the week. Again, firefighters have another tough day. We are going to continue to follow this, and we'll check back with you guys in about 30 minutes from now. Whit and Daniela, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Jonathan, thank you for that. Well, California fire officials are now looking into Southern California Edison's utility equipment as a possible cause of some of our recent fires that we've been seeing. Now, this comes after the utility company previously said that there was, quote, no indication that the company's facilities were a source of the fires. Just as a precaution last week, though, the company temporarily shut off power to parts of Riverside County. It will likely take months, though, for fire officials to determine the cause of those fires. Whit?
Daniela, developing now a nail-biting finish to a race that drew national attention. For the first time in 25 years, Alabama has elected a Democrat to the Senate. Now, here's a look at just how close this race was. Doug Jones edged out Republican Roy Moore 50% to 48%. That's a margin of just under 21,000 votes. Jones thanked supporters last night in Montgomery. The Democrat faced an uphill battle, running in a deeply red state that voted overwhelmingly for President Trump. But the race shot into the national spotlight when his opponent, Roy Moore, was hit with multiple claims of sexual misconduct. And yesterday, a huge turnout, especially from black voters, pushed Jones over the top.
We have been at crossroads in the past. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you took the right road.
I realize when the vote is this close that it's not over.
Moore says that he is holding out hope for a recount, but NBC News has confirmed since most of the write-in votes have been counted, that's no longer a possibility. Meantime, President Trump, who endorsed Moore, tweeted, quote, "The Republicans will have another shot at this seat in a very short period of time."
A honeymoon swim for a new bride won't ever be forgotten because of her encounter with a shark. Sarah Illig was snorkeling at a Caribbean resort in the Bahamas when a nurse shark took a bite out of her arm while she was swimming. She was somehow able to swim away. Experts say that nurse sharks aren't typically aggressive to humans, but her husband was filming this whole thing while they were on their honeymoon, and I'm sure that must have been difficult for him too.
Yeah, do you think she turned around at some point and was like, "What are you doing? Put down the camera.
Help me.
Save me from the shark."
She got away. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Hopefully, I think he helped maybe after the video.
Yeah. Well, she's brave to even get in that water because I'd be,
true.
No. All right. Well, today's one of those days where, again, it's a little confusing because it starts off cold in the mornings and the afternoons get hot. Might want to be at the beach today as, again, those inland areas hit the low 80s, well above average for you. But we'll take you to the South Bay where the coastline will also be very warm. When we get southwest winds or northeast to southwest winds, that's a Santa Ana wind pattern. We get warmer temperatures at the coastline. So check out how warm it's going to be in the South Bay today. Back to 80 you go by lunchtime, and it's going to be a fast warm up because the air is so dry that we allow again those temperatures to climb as soon as we get the sun and we get the wind going. Afternoon highs for you today around 2 o'clock in the South Bay, around 81 degrees. Now we're not out of the woods in terms of the red flag warning and the fire weather watches in place. These last through Friday now as the wind again is still not going away. We're going to be seeing them every morning pulse and then go away in the afternoon. It's still going to be very dry. And again, gusts could be up to 50 miles per hour in some spots where we have those fire watches. Red flag warning gusts up to 30 miles per hour. You can feel it outside. It is dry. So again, lots of water, also lots of lotion because I know my skin's drying out here as again, the air is dried out by those winds. We're seeing Wednesday's forecast warm up because of them as well, clearing any clouds, which is not a good thing because we get rid of the humidity that way. Temperatures back to the low 80s from the coast to the basin and the valleys, 70s for the high desert mountains today on your Wednesday at 56 degrees. We're looking at a cooling trend into the weekend. I'll show that to you and I'll show you when these winds go away as well. Here's Alicia with a check of traffic. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Shauna. We've got a problem on the 101 and thankfully Megan Reyes is over at a News Chopper 4. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. CHP on scene right now. A little bit of a slowdown. He had all lanes shut down momentarily. You can see through Studio City 101 eastbound right before Laurel Canyon. We have a stalled vehicle in the left lane here. As a result, they're going to get a tow truck. In the meantime, a little bit of a slowdown. No significant delays through Studio City on that Ventura Freeway. Alicia?
That is some good news. Thank you for that update, Megan. Good morning, everybody. We've got a couple of problems around town. This is in addition to your typical traffic. After 6 a.m., things just start to load up. We're talking about the 5 northbound into Commerce at Eastern Avenue. It was a hit-and-run crash. One car was left in one of the middle lanes, adding to that slow drive on the northbound side. You can always take Telegraph Road. Same goes for this, the 57 northbound at Pathfinder. Usually it's the southbound side where we see a lot of traffic, but now you've got 3 lanes taken away with an injury accident. So just a heads up there, maybe use Brea Canyon Boulevard. All right, let's go outside and give you a quick peek at the 210. Good morning, everybody in and around that 210 at Santa Anita. It looks great, and so does that sunrise. Have a great morning, everybody. Back to you.
Alicia, thank you. 6:08 this morning. Did you recently discover some cash on the 15 freeway?
A lot of people did, and now deputies want to talk to you about it. We're going to explain where that money came from. That's next.
Plus, crash course. The sheriff's SUV slams into another car in Riverside County, seriously injuring a baby. Now the family is demanding answers.
A man is killed and found at an abandoned construction site in Garden Grove this morning. Police are trying to figure out who is behind it. Police say the man was discovered at around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Right now, police don't have a lot of information to go on, so they're asking for possible witnesses to come forward.
Time now, 6:10. Some stolen cash is missing, and police want it back. Drivers on the 15 freeway on Sunday afternoon may have seen some of this evidence as well. A suspect in a Lake Elsinore bank robbery threw wads of cash out the window onto the freeway. Now detectives want witnesses who may have picked it up to come back and turn that money in.
All right, well, we are tracking our bone-dry conditions right now and a new fire threat.
Yep, meteorologist Shauna Mendiola in the NBC4 Live Doppler Network having the forecast alert for you.
Also up in flames, a new video this morning of a huge fire in San Bernardino that started in a trailer and spread to a home.
Don't know anything, we're just waiting to see what's going to happen, if they're going to.
Got it.
Welcome back at 6:14. New this morning, a massive house fire in San Bernardino. The fire started in a trailer parked outside this home on Garner Avenue. It then quickly spread to a car and a detached garage before reaching the two-story house. Firefighters were able to put out the fire before it threatened neighboring homes.
6:15 right now. A 7-week-old baby is recovering from bleeding in the brain and fractured ribs after this Riverside County Sheriff's Patrol SUV slammed right into the family's car at an intersection. Surveillance video, take a look, it shows a deputy crashing into a Chevy Malibu last week. The mother of the baby boy was not seriously hurt, but the infant may now have to have brain surgery. It's not known whether Sheriff's SUV had its lights and siren on, but the family says that they did not hear the patrol car coming.
Don't know anything, we're just waiting to see what's going to happen, if they're going to say that, that it was, that it was their fault, we don't know anything yet.
The CHP is taking over the investigation to figure out what happened.
For the second time in weeks, ice from an airplane apparently smashed into a home in the Inland Empire. The latest incident happened at a home in San Bernardino over the weekend. The ice, along with part of the roof and ceiling, ended up in an empty bedroom. Take a look at the mess here. The homeowner called police and says at first officers didn't believe him. The same thing happened in Chino last month. The FAA says it's probably ice that formed on an airplane and then fell off as it dropped into warmer air.
Well, an iconic LA area donut shop is expanding in a big way. Inglewood's own Randy's Donuts confirmed yesterday the standalone shop will open up at Apollo Landing. It's a new El Segundo development. Reps for Randy's Donuts also revealed it is hoping to open other locations across the country, as close as Nevada and as far as the East Coast.
Well, forget the butter. Regal Cinemas has unveiled a new popcorn flavor, and it's dangerously cheesy. This Friday, you will be able to order Cheetos flavored popcorn. The concoction will be a mix of Cheetos flavored popcorn and actual crunchy Cheetos. The cheese popcorn snack has been previously available at other venues before, but Regal Cinemas is the first to bring the snack nationwide.
That sounds pretty amazing.
Oh, yes.
Do you lick your fingers after eating Cheetos?
Of course.
Yeah, I think everybody does. Could you imagine, though, how much wipe down has to happen with those seats with those Cheetos popcorn?
And extra cleaning, I think, might be necessary.
Yeah, for sure.
Think of all those little kid fingers touching your seats in the car afterwards. Wow, parents are going to love that.
Can we focus on the yummy Cheetos, though?
I mean, Cheetos are yummy.
It's worth it, right?
Okay. You're right. After you get that orange streak down your seat, you're like, where'd that come from? Cheetos. All right, everybody, 6:17 this morning. Let's get out the door right now to dry forecast. Unfortunately, this is not what we want this time of year because of the fact that, again, we're in winter, and this is one of our wettest months this season. Okay, we're looking at dry air outside the door, and I'll take you to water vapor first of all because it illustrates just how dry it is. All this brown here you can see is dry moving air through Southern California, and this has been here in place for several days. No changes in store for us as a big high pressure ridge stays over. We got some humidity moving up north into Oregon, but unfortunately this is not moving into California. And we've got those fires burning at this time, and it's just been dry. We've also gotten those offshore winds that have dried us out even more, and you could feel it in the air right now. Single digits for Valencia. Some teens out there for San Bernardino. Big Bear a little bit more, but Oxnard definitely dry. And again, this is not good as we're watching that Thomas fire still within, not looking at containment at this time. Okay, dry air. Starting off cold, we've got a light wind today. I'm happy to report that, but it's still going to dry us out and give us some warm temperatures. This is Wednesday afternoon. You can see that we start to calm down in those winds. We got another burst of wind coming in tomorrow, so that's what we're watching for. Another round of some moderate wind throughout those Passing Canyon locations, about 30 to 40 miles per hour at times. And then we'll start to relax those winds as we head into Friday, allowing temperatures to start to cool down as we switch the wind pattern. We are seeing an offshore wind turn into an onshore wind, which means that we'll see the ocean air move in, bring in a little bit of humidity by the weekend and cool us down slightly. Now we do need that humidity, but what we need more, of course, is rain. And there's no rain in this 7-day forecast, unfortunately, everybody. Valleys dry, 80s today through tomorrow and Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we're back in the 70s as onshore flow returns to our forecast, but it's not going to do a huge drop in temperatures for us. You might not even feel it with 80s going down to high 70s out the door and just a little bit of cloud cover out there. Still some offshore wind through Friday and red flag warnings and fire weather watches in place through then. We're following it and we'll give you more updates coming up. Here's Alicia Del Valle right now with the check of traffic. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Shauna. Good morning, everybody. A couple of problems just popping up, including reports of a car on fire. This is where the 5 and the 134 connect. And then just a heads up, one lane still blocked with the accident Megan Reyes was over for us. News Chopper 4 letting us know that 101 at Laurel Canyon Boulevard, it's still affecting your drive. Okay, let's take a look at the 91 westbound at the 110. This sounds like a serious crash. A motorcycle went under a truck, and we're starting to see it delay as you make your way on that 91 westbound towards the 110. Ouch. Speaking of the 110, as you make your way onto the 405, you've got the usual traffic where you've got that South Bay curve starting to load up on the northbound side. Let's take a look at a Caltrans camera here on that 57. We warned you about a couple of lanes blocked with the crash. Here's the backup on the northbound side. Usually we see the southbound side very crowded. That is happening, but now you've got an accident on the northbound side at Pathfinder, jamming things up, so get an extra early head start. All right, I'm going to send it back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Alicia, we'll talk soon. 6:20 this morning. Royal rumor no more. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry reveal their holiday plans.
I'll tell you where they're going to be on Christmas morning.
First, though, beer brawl. A customer goes off on a liquor store clerk in Orange County. What he was asked that apparently caused him to hurl Corona cans at the employee.
About 200 of us, and not everybody can stay the whole time. I'm staying because I love it. I will not leave.
My time. Did you get me on this? Thank you so much. I literally got sick on Saturday night, and we need our folks to talk and to our dog, and I'm like.
The search is on for this man right here, seen hurling beer cans at a Santa Ana liquor store clerk. Surveillance video shows the robbery suspect starting a tug of war over a 12-pack of Coronas. Well, the container breaks apart, and the man then starts throwing the beer at the clerk. Police say he got angry when he was carted for the booze. The man eventually ran out of the store.
The hype for the latest Star Wars movie is building in a big way. This was the scene outside the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood. Dozens of die-hard fans were willing to camp out to be the first to catch Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. The first showtime for the movie will be Thursday at 5 p.m., and fans can't wait.
About 200 of us, and not everybody can stay the whole time. I'm staying because I love it. I will not leave. I don't want to miss a second.
By the way, that guy,
yeah,
we've interviewed him like for all the Star Wars movies. He's always in line. I love it.
He's still there from last time.
Still there. He hasn't moved. The original Star Wars film opened at TCL Chinese Theater in 1977 and played for more than 52 weeks.
You need to put him in the next movie.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He's back.
By the way, at 5:25 right now, happening right now, we continue to follow breaking news. We're talking about the Thomas fire now. It continues to burn closer to Santa Barbara this morning.
And firefighters trying to make a stand right now as flames inch towards homes in that area.
And the fire threat continues across Southern California. The offshore winds are not done just yet. You can feel how dry the air is. I'll let you know if there are any changes coming with your first alert weather forecast. Looking live right now at San Pedro, it is 6:25. You're watching Today in LA.
Today in LA at 6:30 starts now. Today in LA at 6:30 starts now.
So sad.
Yeah, where it's like pretty like soon after, once I start talking, like I'll go into camera 3 to address people. Yeah.
Today in LA at 6:30 starts now.
We're following the search for the gunman who shot an employee at a donut shop in Orange County. The shootout happening during an attempted robbery this morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Whit Johnson.
And I'm Daniela Guzman. We'll have much more on that story in a moment. Let's start off, though. Check your forecast with meteorologist Shauna Mendiola. Red flag warning continues throughout the day.
Yeah, it's so dry outside, and it's going to be warm this afternoon. We still have offshore winds, and they're not going away just yet. So that threat continues in Southern California, and it always does year-round. However, we have those winds, and it really does not make for a good recipe for fire threats out there. We are looking at temperatures out there this morning. It's dry, so we've got temperatures in the 40s in the valley, and your humidity is down to single digits in some spots. Now, with that dry air in place, that allows temperatures to jump as we head to the morning hours with that offshore wind picking up. So right around 11-12, we'll see the highest temperatures mostly of the day. Low 80s for you to the afternoon, and then we'll start to cool down right around 4 o'clock. It is going to be another warmer than average day with the wind outside and, again, dry air. We'll talk all about this coming up. I'll send it over to Alicia Del Valle right now with a check of traffic. Good morning, Alicia.
Hey, Shauna. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Watch out if you use that 405 near that 101. It sounds like somebody dropped their camper shell in lanes. The CHP is on their way to check it out, and we've got some good news. That motorcycle rider not trapped under a truck, but we do see delays as they get that wreck over to the right shoulder. We're talking about the 91 westbound at the 110, so you still want a little bit of a head start there. Be safe. Back to you.
Developing news we're following right now. A man is in the hospital this morning after somebody shot him inside of the donut shop where he works.
NBC4's Tony Ginyard is live with the search now for that shooter, customer reaction, and Tony, new surveillance video in this case.
Yes, Whit, just a few moments ago, the owner's daughter, the owner of the business here, Mo Do Donuts, shared with us some security camera video. I want you to go ahead and take a look at what has taken place. A lot of cameras inside of the store, as we pointed out. This happened around 1 o'clock this morning. A guy comes in, jumps over the front counter, and then goes after one of two employees who was there. The employee ran to a back room, trying to keep him out. There was a struggle. At one point, the employee was trying to keep him from getting to the register, and at that point, that's when he was shot. The employee was wounded. The owner's daughter says he was shot at least one time. The guy got away with cash, and you could see him from one of the security cameras actually sitting there counting the cash as he was taking it out of the register. That's what you're seeing down in the lower frame. Take a look at the video from police, the scene this morning. They were here for quite a while. At that point, they did not have a good description of the suspect, and they were going to the hospital to try and interview the victim of this shooting. It happened around 1 o'clock this morning. Obviously, from the security camera video, we see that there were customers inside of the store. This is a 24-hour business. It ended up being closed during the investigation, and customers who showed up, some of the regulars, were shocked after having learned that one of the employees was shot and wounded.
It's uncalled for. People don't need to do this around the Christmas time. It's always around the holidays.
It's a sad state of affairs when you have to do this to a donut shop, small local business.
We do not know how much money the guy got away with. He appeared to have arrived here on foot. As Buena Park police get more information and more detailed description, NBC4 will try to be the first to bring that information to you. But Buena Park police are also looking for additional witnesses to come forward to tell them what they saw. Perhaps the guy got in a car, perhaps he went in a different direction. And if you recognize the man, they would certainly like to hear from you. I'm Tony Ginyard reporting live from Buena Park 4 Today in LA.
Tony, thank you. 6:32 right now. Developing now, a stunning upset in Alabama. After a hotly contested race, Democrat Doug Jones has claimed a crucial Senate seat, beating out Republican Roy Moore. And this one came down to the wire. The Democrat who began the race as an underdog won by about 21,000 votes.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you took the right road.
Jones thanked voters in Montgomery last night, saying Alabama has shown the country how it can be unified. The Democrat faced an uphill battle running in a deeply red state that voted overwhelmingly for President Trump. His campaign often overshadowed by his opponent, Roy Moore, who shot into the national spotlight after several women accused him of sexual misconduct.
This entire race has been about dignity and respect.
Realize when the vote is this close that it's not over.
Now, Moore refused to concede last night, banking on a potential recount, but NBC News has confirmed since most of the write-in votes have been counted, that is no longer a possibility.
Well, one of the women that accused Senate candidate, Roy Moore of sexual misconduct says that she is thrilled that Alabama voters chose Doug Jones.
Yes, I'm crying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Tina Johnson watched the election results with friends last night, and she says Moore groped her in his office in 1991 while her mother was seeking legal advice. After decades of silence, Johnson says Alabama voters sent a message of support to her from the ballot box.
I am just thrilled that, that speaking out did make a difference.
So Roy Moore continues to deny all the allegations of sexual misconduct.
Happening now, you're looking live at the Thomas Fire as it burns near Montecito, and we have new numbers on this fire. In the last 24 hours, the fire burned another 3,300 acres. The overall size is tough to imagine, 371 square miles. It's still just 25% contained, but there is progress there. Thousands of firefighters are in Santa Barbara County trying to stop the fire, and they're facing tough conditions on the fire lines. A fire crew from Santa Clara posted this video on Twitter last night showing the embers whipping up by the wind there. Firefighters now confirm also an illegal fire at a homeless camp started the Skirball fire that broke out around this time a week ago today. The NBC4i team first reported this link last week. The Skirball fire destroyed 6 homes and damaged about a dozen more.
At 6:35 right now, a Southern California couple is speechless after reading a heartfelt message from a firefighter who saved their homes.
Go to my wallet now. So the note from the firefighter saying, "Sorry about the door and the ceiling. Had to get in there to save the home."
So this is Lindsay and Michael, and their home was damaged in the Lilac fire in northern San Diego County. Well, firefighters had to get through the door to keep the flames from spreading to the rest of the house. So crews decided to leave the couple this note. And basically saying that, you know, they had to do a little bit of damage to the home, but it was all because they were trying to save the home.
Yeah, amazing. And here's the thing, you know, Shauna, we've been talking about the conditions. We're not out of our fire weather just yet or anytime soon.
Southern California is going to see that all year round. It's just been so dry. We haven't seen any rain. And again, you add the wind, which is happening now, and that raises that threat. So we are going to go into another day of high fire danger here in Southern California. Temperatures cold. You can see that they are in the 20s in Lancaster, well below average for this time of year. We're talking about freezing temperatures for you in the high desert. So I feel you on that one. Stepping outside the door right now at 6:36, you're going to need the jackets. We've got 40s and 50s out the door, and fast warm up as we enter the afternoon just because the air is so dry. It's why the air has been allowed to, again, cool down, but it's why we're going to warm up very fast. Look at the difference between now and 10 o'clock. We've got at least a 22-degree jump in temperatures because we've got the offshore wind picking up. It's not going to be quite as strong today, but it will, and that's going to warm things up to the 80s. And again, we're going to see some sunshine out there with that offshore flow. Temperatures in the low 80s, well above average for this time of year for another day. We've got high fire threats for everybody in the Inland Empire through Santa Ana and also through the valley locations down through Oxnard with low 80s on the way for Van Nuys. And Long Beach today, you're looking at about 81 degrees. Other side of the hill, about 69 and 70 degrees. We'll talk about a cooler weather forecast and again, when this wind is going away. Coming right up. Here's Alicia with a check of traffic. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Shauna. We've got traffic troubles on the 5 at Colorado. Megan Reyes is over it in News Chopper 4. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. Here's the car fire you were talking about earlier. It's been extinguished there. 5 northbound just past Colorado. Right shoulder blocked. Not too much of a backup, though. Just a little bit of a slowdown both sides of the fence.
Thank you for that, Megan. We're going to head straight to downtown Los Angeles where we're hearing about some kind of police activity. That is the 101 near northbound at Grand Avenue. So just a heads up there, it's getting tough to get in and out of downtown Los Angeles. And we're going to take you to another map to get you updated on this accident, the 57 northbound. It sounds like everything's over to the right shoulder. No serious injuries, so a bit of good news. You still want to get a head start because both directions are sluggish in and out of that Diamond Bar area. What about outside? Let's take a look at our Caltrans camera on the 91. We had an earlier problem up ahead on the 91 westbound. That's been cleared near that 110, but it's still sluggish. Another reason to grab your coffee and get out the door. All right, sending it to you, Daniela.
Alicia, thank you. Time for this morning's Hollywood Buzz right now. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and cementing his status as a Hollywood star this morning. Literally, take a look. The pro wrestler turned actor is getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The Rock will get his star at 11:30 this morning. And the new Star Wars movie got the royal treatment from Prince William and Prince Harry for its London premiere. The pair met with some of the stars of the film, and some cast members actually reacted to the royal mystery on whether the princesses play stormtroopers in the movie.
I never heard that. I think John Boyega he got hit on the head really hard. You know, he says crazy things all the time.
So it's a mystery. There were rumors that they were in the movie, but royal officials have refused to comment on whether they actually played stormtroopers. They did visit the film set back in April 2016. They said they wanted to be in the movie.
Stormtroopers, though.
But yeah, that'd be like the dark side, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on. What about the rebellion? You know?
But they had to play
Luke and the team.
They had to play something with a mask on their
I
face.
guess so.
You know?
That's right.
It's either that or Darth Vader.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
secret stormtroopers. All right, I got it.
All right, it is Ellen's 15 days of giveaway, and it's the biggest giveaway yet. It's really good.
It really is this morning. We are sending someone to the Bahamas and so much more. We'll announce the final winner coming up next.
Also, he leaves the cash behind. A burglar, after just one thing, is repeatedly targeting a Southern California neighborhood. We're going to reveal what he is taking off with.
Oh, I'm always bendy. Okay, I need to be shorter.
Yay!
We have like
All right.
5 team pictures, like you and me, between you and me, and then we're gonna have to take another new team picture.
So everybody's gonna come down, right? We'll take a big full team picture.
Santa, I'm going to try and get to you and get an interview.
Are we live?
No, we're not.
Oh. Darn it. Goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna miss this place so much. We're back at 6:43 with breaking news in downtown LA. All lanes of the southbound 101 closed because of police activity. Let's get up to Megan Reyes live in News Chopper 4. Megan.
That's right. Alicia Devalle was just talking about the police activity in downtown Los Angeles. Something you need to be aware of right now. SIG alert in effect. All lanes shut down. Southbound side of the 101 freeway. Police activity right now confirmed 1 fatality as a result. They're also tending to an accident resulting from this incident. So if you travel into downtown Los Angeles, either direction of the Hollywood freeway, all lanes closed on the 101 southbound at Grand. Northbound lanes are open, but no doubt definitely going to add to a lot of time to your morning commute. That's the latest over downtown from News Chopper 4. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks so much. 6:44 right now. A serial burglar at work is caught on camera in the South Bay, and police say that he has hit 8 times in just one neighborhood. Detectives believe it is the work of this man right here, seen on the video. It happened during one of at least 8 burglaries since late October, all in the same San Pedro neighborhood. Investigators say that he checks to see if anybody's home. He crawls in through a window. Police say that his prime target is jewelry. He has stolen thousands of dollars worth of valuables.
New this morning, Christmas with the Queen. Holiday plans for the royals have just been confirmed by Kensington Palace. Prince Harry's fiancée, Meghan Markle, will spend Christmas with the Queen and the rest of the royal family. The newly engaged couple will go to church with the family on Christmas morning.
All right, well, holiday tradition continues this morning in Long Beach. If you are looking to celebrate Christmas, then the Queen Mary is the place to be.
Always a party during the holidays. NBC4's Michelle Valles is live at Chill, where winter fun is in full gear. Is that ice bumper cars? What is that, Michelle?
Oh, this is ice bumper cars. You guys can come check this out. I want to smash into Santa, but I don't want to be naughty. Hey, come here, Charity. I don't even know how to. I'm a bad driver on the freeway and obviously in bumper cars too. So, all right, she's going to give us some more information about this event. Open today. Tell us all about it.
Chill opens this evening. It's going to be fantastic. We run from today all the way through January 7th.
You can come visit Switzerland, Holland, Russia. All the Santas are here. So much food. Open today at 4. It goes until 11 until January 8th.
January 7th is when we close. It's going to be fantastic. It's an ice adventure park, and everybody should come and check it out.
All right, you guys. Actually, it's pretty difficult to ride these bumper cars. You can also do some ice skating. This is right outside the Queen Mary here, and oh, there's Santa. Santa, I was good this year. I won't be naughty. So come on out and check out the Chill. This is a new event, international expedition. It's just gorgeous. You can go through Shanghai. You could zip line, and tickets are from $20 to $30. You got those VIP packages as well. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out, guys. Reporting live from Long Beach.
Go get the gingerbread man.
I'm going after Santa. Bye, y'all.
Get the gingerbread man. Take a bite out of him.
Smash him!
I feel like Michelle's going to cause a signal alert out there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks,
all right,
Michelle.
Talk soon.
Gee, she needs to get a ticket for that. Reckless driving.
Yeah.
Let's check in with meteorologist Shauna Mendiola. And it's pretty cold out there this morning, Shauna.
Oh, yeah. It feels like December out there. It's absolutely dry, and that's why temperatures overnight have dropped. We are seeing some 20s out there in the high desert. West of the mountains, 40s and 50s, but we still have a red flag warning and fire weather watch, regardless of whether or not it's been getting cold every night because of those offshore winds that are just not going away. Almost at 2 weeks of this, and we've got dry air and breezy conditions outside for those normal pass locations. I'll show you the futurecast because today those winds aren't expected to pick up too much. Around 9-10 o'clock, that's when we see the strongest winds, but look at the map. You can't really see much of anything today. Tomorrow's the day we're focusing on with the higher wind gusts to those pass and canyon locations, 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts at the most. And then Friday, we've got lighter winds on the way. So slight change in your forecast as we head to the weekend with the wind getting lighter and the wind changing direction. Now, that's a welcome sign because we definitely do not need these offshore winds anymore. It's drying the air out, and it's also raising the fire threat and again fanning the flames that are already burning out there. We've got the forecast for tomorrow in the mountains staying windy, and everyone else also looking at windier conditions throughout your Thursday afternoon. And then Friday we start to see lighter winds and the wind switch direction into the weekend, cooling us down to the 70s. So that's good news. All right, we don't have any rain in our forecast though. That is the sad part about it because we're entering our rainy season. It's December after all. It doesn't feel like it. It's going to feel like July, August here for the next 3 days. And then we're going to stay dry through the weekend with cooler temperatures on the way. I got to send it over to Alicia Del Valle right now because things are picking up out there. Alicia.
Yeah, it is definitely busy, especially into downtown Los Angeles. Thankfully, Megan Reyes is over this 101. It's a SIG alert. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. A little bit of good news here. They've reopened the lanes on the Hollywood freeway, so you have the 2 left lanes available. This is on the 101 southbound, a little closer to the Broadway exit. As a result, they did have all lanes shut down for about 5 minutes, so we're still dealing with some unusual delays, but overall, you'll see some better conditions. 101 southbound now looks like the backup extends all the way from Silver Lake. Alicia?
Thank you for that update. That is a bit of good news, but it's still a tough drive, so get out early into downtown Los Angeles. We're hearing about a new wreck where the 5 and the 405 meet, so just a heads up if you're leaving that 5 southbound out of the San Fernando Valley, and we're going to take you to an area already bogged down by commuters just trying to get to work and school. That 60 westbound as you try to make your way towards the 71. There's a crash at Reservoir. Can I say that again? It's stuck in the number 3 lane. Take the 10 instead. It's looking like a better drive as you make your way towards that 71, and hopefully nobody was injured and it will be cleared quickly. Otherwise, try to make it a great day out there, everybody. Be safe.
All right, Alicia, thank you. And today we're feeling a little bit of joy and sadness. And today is Whit's last day, and we wanted to share this with you because we've had so much fun here on the show with you. And actually, we're going to talk about it in just a minute, but take a look at this video right here. All right, Michelle, thank you. We do have a lot more to bring you live from Dodger Stadium this morning. Hey, Whit. What? You photobombing me?
Yeah, sure.
This is not the samba. I don't know what that is.
What is it? I don't know, but it's getting
That was like a
going.
night at the Roxbury
Don't look at Whit. I know how to samba. No, I think Daniela's got it down. I'm not going to hurt you, right?
Okay. No, I'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Well, we'll see.
But I make my own that my grandfather taught me. Rest in peace. It's a mayo and ketchup.
Yeah, everybody, that's called special sauce. Everybody, mayo and ketchup. You're not breaking news here, Daniela. You look great. I mean, I was talking to your people, and I wanted to make sure that we had the same thing going on. I'm sorry, the man in the clown suit was filling a prank for for a viral video. My apologies. The heavy breathing as he ran away really got to me. The prankster ran away when the man pulled out a gun and started beating him. He wasn't hurt, didn't file a police report.
That's not funny.
Ow.
Have you taken Advil?
We're sensitive.
Huh?
You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's our immune systems. They've made it official. Who's going to do the dancing around here now?
I know. It's okay. We'll dance. I just can watch that video over and over again of you being tackled. I don't know why that video was hilarious.
Yeah, still have the bruises from that.
Tell us what you're doing.
Look, I just first of all just want to say thank you, everyone here at NBC4. This has truly been the 5 best years of my life and such an amazing experience here. I am leaving. Today's my last day. This is my last show to pursue other career opportunities. And to make clear, this was a months-long decision-making process that involved many complicated and emotional conversations with my family, with management here. This had absolutely nothing to do with anything that's going on in the media landscape out there or any drama here. I love it here. And NBC4 and all of my colleagues in this newsroom, this is the best newsroom in the country. And I also just want to thank specifically the viewers who tune in. There are so many choices that you have in the morning. And the fact that you welcome us into your living rooms, it is humbling. It's truly an honor. And from the bottom of my heart, we have personal connections with many of the folks we talk to them on social media. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're going to miss you. You have been an incredible part of our show. And we've had so many memories together. We went to
that's just a small clip right
put
there.
up with me in Brazil and like all these crazy things that we've done. But overall, you've made the show even better. We're going to miss you. We wish you the best of luck. We know you're going to be great wherever you decide to go.
Thank you.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back in just a few moments.
No,
I didn't know we were going to go to break.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So to get through it. Okay.
That was it.
All right, thank you guys.
Now you've said it 3 times, and as Jesus said, once you reject me 3 times.
That's right. Yes.
It's
and the rooster crows in the morn.
You will reject me 3 times.
Oh man.
Okay. Hey, Joel.
Yeah. I took it off.
Okay. Copy that. Thanks, Dave.
I know.
We're turning it off now. Yeah.
3 times before the rooster crows in the morn. All right, Jeff, thanks for shuffling that around. I feel more comfortable with it there. So thank you. Thank you. Meanwhile, Jonathan Gonzalez is burning in a burning bush. Okay.
Okie dokie. Like, send me the bill. We're following breaking news right now. This is in downtown LA. A mess on the 101 right now. All southbound lanes are closed after a body is found on the freeway. Let's get right up to Megan Ray as the News Chopper 4. Megan.
Daniela, a little bit of good news. They just reopened those 2 left lanes. As you can see, 101 freeway southbound. That's the Spring Street, or that's the Broadway Street overcross. Police activity. Sadly, this is a fatal accident investigation. At least some of the lanes have been reopened, so we're seeing better traffic conditions, but this investigation will continue for several hours here on the southbound 101 in downtown. That's the latest from News Chopper 4. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Megan, thank you. 6:55 now. Another nervous day in Santa Barbara County where the Thomas fire is still burning out of control.
Jonathan Gonzalez live right now in Montesino. Jonathan, where thousands of firefighters are still battling this fire.
And a few of them are trying to put out a flare-up that's been stubborn all morning. Daniela and Whit, good morning. You can see right here, this strike team is trying to actively put out these flames right here. They're pouring water on it for the first time that we've seen this morning. We're up here in Romero Canyon, right across the street from at least one property that is being threatened by this fire. We know that the Thomas fire now stands at 237,500 acres burned at this point, and it is still actively growing. We know that there are 94,000 people still out of their homes, with 18,000 structures still threatened here in week 2 of the Thomas fire. And as you can see, this is what they've been dealing with. So far, the winds have held soft to this morning. It's not blowing around strongly at this point, but you can see they still have a tough day ahead of them here in week 2 of the Thomas fire in Santa Barbara County. Whit and Daniela, will send it back to you.
All right, Jonathan, thank you for that incredible video we're seeing there. Also, in the last half hour, NBC4's Tony Ginyard received the surveillance video you're seeing from an overnight shooting at Modu's Donuts in Buena Park this morning. One store employee is in the hospital after that shooting. Police are still searching for the shooter.
We'll find out today who will replace outgoing Senator Al Franken. Minnesota's Lieutenant Governor Tina Smith is the front runner expected to step in. Franken's sudden departure amid sexual assault allegations leaves the swing state open to turning red.
All right, before you head out the door, let's check in with meteorologist Shauna Mendiola.
All right, cold start this morning, so wear those jackets. This afternoon, wow, it's going to be warm again. 82 at the coast, through the valley and the basin. High desert temperatures in the 70s today, mostly clear skies, and we are looking at a little bit of wind. But tomorrow is when the wind really picks up. We'll talk about that coming up with a 7-day forecast during today's show. Alicia.
Shauna, thank you. Let's get right to the 210 where the eastbound side is unusually heavy. We've got an accident with at least 2 to 3 lanes blocked. Watch out for emergency crews. Get an extra early head start. Again, that's at Carnelian.
All right, Alicia, thanks. 15 lucky NBC4 viewers have a chance to win Ellen's 15 days of giveaways from home.
And we're announcing our final big winner right now. We want to say big congratulations to Nettie Stager of Norwalk. And Nettie wins a 5-night vacation to the Bahamas. 2 round-trip tickets on JetBlue, a $250 Amazon gift card, and much more. We want to thank everybody who entered the Ellen 15 Days of Giveaways contest, and a big congratulations to all of our winner. And it's been fun, giving away all these gifts.
Bahamas, not bad for the grand finale.
Eddie, I am available.
You need someone to travel
to go to the Bahamas.
Yes.
And the flight included. So again, we want to say thank you to Whit. We want to wish him the very best. This is his last show. And, get some rest, get some sleep, because you really need it.
I will get some sleep. That much I can promise you. Again, just want to thank you all so much for welcoming me into your homes and our show.
Yeah.
These 5 years at NBC4 have truly been the happiest years of my life.
We will
for my
miss
family
you.
here. So,
we love you, we miss
thank you.
And we wish you the very best. And the news doesn't stop here. Today's show is coming up next.
All right,
That
so we
ended
did
okay.
it.
That
We
ended
did it.
okay.
We did it. Thank you all so much.
How
do you feel?
I feel good. I feel good.
Yeah.
I just I needed to just get through it.
I didn't want to say too much to get all emotional, and you know what? It's a new step,
Yeah.
so change is good.
All right.
Always here.
Okay. So
I think
I need pictures of just the 4 of us
I think
first.
everyone's coming.
I need a 4 of us first picture, and then we'll do a big team picture. David, can you take pictures here?
Look
real
how
quick?
good this picture turned out.